What's up, good people? Let me know that you can hear me in the chat by typing either Uncle Ruckus or Menace, as in Menace to Black Society, Uncle Ruckus or Menace, to let me know that you can hear me. And we will be back right after our intro.
With my eyes closed, it's too easy. Too easy. I can do this with my eyes closed. It's too easy. Too easy. It's too easy. I've been there, done it, seen it. Boy, all that like Keenan. Still got crack, they fiendin'. Flow still hot like Phoenix. Shine so bright, I'm gleaming. This off top, I'm tweaking. Fresh out the rat like Neiman. And I'm still trying to fight my demons. Cause we all gotta act like Tina. That's why I gotta ride with the Nina. Outside, it's a war going on. Make me put my hands on my head like the Macarena. They want you walking on board like chemo. And give an F to you like John Cena. Putting blood on the brand new Beamer. Trying to earn 8 stripes like Adidas. You get cold when you ride with the heater. It'll turn you to a dog like a keto. And expose to a cat like a cheetah. They smoke my partner like reefer. Dímelo porque o no entiendo. Mi gente must really need Jesus. They shed real blood. I never seen the crypt and I believe it. It's too easy. Too easy. I can do this with my eyes closed. It's too easy. It's too easy. I can do this with my eyes closed. It's too easy. It's too easy. I can do this with my eyes closed. It's too easy. It's too easy. It's too easy. I've been there, done it, seen it. Y'all just talk, don't live it. And just took that route, that seen it. And I'm so outspoken like Reason. Jimmy Neutron, boy, Young G's. And I'm a self-made man.
All right, we are back. I'm trying to work on our intro, changing it up a little bit. But thank you to everyone in the chat who let me know that you could hear me by typing either Uncle Ruckus or Menace. I see Margin and KG, and it's a little chopped up. Y'all talking about all kind of other stuff. Usually it's in a row for me. But thank you to everyone who let me know that you can hear me. I really greatly appreciate it. Shout out to my moderators, Precious G in the background. I saw Kimika, Trakeisha, Alice, Donna, and whoever else I may be missing. I greatly appreciate you for holding me down with the moderation of our platform. First poll question of the day, because I didn't put up the one about liking and subscribing. If you have not liked this video, please like this video as soon as you can. And if you've already liked it, I greatly appreciate you for that. And the first poll question of the day is, or for this live stream is, do you still want me to reenact the Tim Norman trial transcripts? Do you want us as a platform to reenact the Tim Norman transcripts? Let me know. And also just a housekeeping note. For some of you, the poll is not always showing up. It's glitchy. You can't read what it's saying. There's no question, etc. I unfortunately cannot control that. That's happening on this YouTube side. There's either a glitch, or I would also suggest that you look into updating your YouTube app if you're watching it on one of your phone, tablet, device, or something. Try to update it and see if that will help. That's all I got for y'all, unfortunately. Hopefully they'll improve it soon, very soon. Also, as far as the poll question, looks like we still have a good majority of you who want us to still do the Tim Norman trial reenactment. And so we are ready. We are ready. I have had you waiting forever. And I thank all of you who helped us get the transcripts, which are donations. I have had them since then. And now the schedule, everything is allowing for us to do that. So we're starting on those tomorrow evening, 7:15 p.m. Central, 8:15 Eastern. I'm still looking for some volunteers because we are kind of changing it up a little bit. If you are interested in volunteering, lightening up on some of the rules regarding being a part of it or guidelines. Now you don't have to be on camera. All I need is you to have good audio. You need to be able to stay the entire time. Each live stream, I would say give it up to 2.5 hours. And if you're interested, the number scrolling below is our VIP text community. Text me on that number below, even if you can't start tomorrow. You know, there may be another day where you can fill in, et cetera, et cetera. And so that 312-847-2346, text me there if you are interested, and we'll take it from there, and I'll give you any information regarding participating in it. No matter what, though, we are doing it. And even if I'm on here by myself, y'all know I have no problem with my characters. I can give you a character. So, but thank you to anyone who's interested in advance. So join me tomorrow. I'll actually be scheduling that once we get off of this live stream. I didn't want to put it up too quickly and preempt my whole surprise for y'all that we're ready. It's coming. It's happening. Let's get it done. And we'll probably be doing it for about a week to a week and a half, I'm thinking. Alice is saying, please make sure you can read. That would be very important. So yes, definitely. So tonight, that brings us to the topics at hand. Tonight on our agenda, we have this live stream is dedicated to the menace to Black society, who we know as AKA Darius Cooks, AKA Darius Travoy Williams, AKA Darius Crooks. Some of the topics on our agenda for this evening is Darius Crooks versus his jealousy of KevOnStage. Not sure if you're familiar with KevOnStage, but we'll get into that. Also, Huntville, Alabama, banning Darius Crooks. They like, get out my city. At least virtually. They're like, get out my city. They wasn't having it. Some of y'all, everybody be like, he better not come here. Ooh, he here. We ain't gonna play that. And then y'all don't be doing nothing. Y'all just be, oh, he talking about our restaurants. Oh, Lord. Oh, he can get us too. And other places like, get out my city. Memphis wasn't playing, and Huntsville wasn't playing. Somebody else, Baltimore wasn't playing. Some of y'all be playing. Then we'll talk about Crooks and his next grift that he is actively working towards for the beginning of the year. I give him that. He be on it. It's like, okay, I ran out my dining with diarrhea grift. It's time for a new one. He's now working on something he's calling the kitchen comeback. The kitchen as in robbing people of their kitchens. We'll get into that. Then the truth behind the closing of Soul Crab Atlanta. I know there's been a lot of speculation. Darius Crooks flat out denies what is proven and documented, that his restaurants were in fact taken by the state of Georgia, or his restaurant. And he keeps saying this because of his mental health that he closed it. We got receipts. We'll be talking about that a little later. And on top of that, some reviews of Soul Crab Atlanta. So he's out here reviewing restaurants across Black-owned restaurants across the United States, trying to point out, where they're falling short, giving them zero grace, acting like he had it all figured out, and his businesses, his restaurants were multi-million-dollar companies, etc. And he only chose to close them because of his mental health. Everything was perfect, but he closed them because of his mental health. If it was perfect, you probably wouldn't have mental health issues. You had mental health issues because it wasn't perfect, because it was driving you to F crazy and you couldn't handle it. But that ain't the story. He little bit of the truth wrapped up in a big ass lie. That's how he rolls. So we'll talk more about that. And then a couple extras that I'll have sprinkled in. So let's get into our topics, because this is going to be a little bit of a long little session, I think. Well, we'll see. We'll see. I'm trying to speed it up, but there's a lot to cover today. There's a lot to cover, and I'm late. I didn't go live last week, and it's been a lot going on. This stunt queen is very active. She keeps busy, so it's kind of hard to keep up if I don't stay on it. So the question is, do you even know who KevOnStage is? That's not the poll question I'm putting up. I forgot. I got to read them to y'all as I'm putting them up, because of the fact that some of y'all can't see the question no more because of the YouTube glitch. So the question in the poll that just went, okay, that went up. The poll that just went up: have you ever watched the video of KevOnStage disavowing his connection to Darius Crooks? So recently, what brought all this up, because this is old stuff. This is from 2021. In 2021, when Darius Crooks was being outed by media, social media, all this kind of stuff, KevOnStage got wrapped in it. KevOnStage got wrapped in it because KevOnStage had, I'm gonna just start calling him Kev. That's too much to say. But Kev started. He had a show, a web show he was doing called Ask A, and as in ask a plumber, ask an electrician, ask a accountant. And the episode that he had Darius Crooks on was called Ask a Millionaire. So Darius Crooks had been, this is when he started going on social media touting that he was a millionaire, et cetera, et cetera. Now, Kev had done that episode in about 2019. The drama got to a broader platform, the masses, with Darius Crooks and people realizing what many of us knew for a decade about him being a scammer and stuff, and not a pedophile, hope not, but a predator. Many of us knew about that, but the public as a whole didn't learn about that until 2021. So Kev basically got called out because he had been promoting a scammer and a predator on his show inadvertently. He didn't know it. He didn't know. Again, he was taking everything at face value, like many people still do today. Some of you did at a point, to say, okay, he said he's a millionaire and we see this happening. We just taking it at face value. That's what Kev was doing. He had him on the show. So Kev, when he found out all that was happening, he said, okay, I am not promoting Darius Crooks. I am disavowing him. And so much so, he made a public declaration so that people would be very clear at his stance, because he hadn't come out to say anything otherwise prior to. So he ended up doing this video, and I'm gonna first play to show you how old this is and how long I've been covering this stuff. I did a video on that when it was in real time, so you'll be able to tell from different hairstyle and everything else. But here's the video that I did on this back in 2021 when it first broke. Uh-oh. Looks like this thing is going to give me problems with the video, so let's... Oh, that Darius had also scammed his wife's best friend, who is Stovetop Kisses, who's also a social media influencer. And he scammed her out of her Cinna treats business when she was a budding social media influencer before she got as big as she is now. So once Kev found out, he then denounced Darius, because he was kind of cool with Darius as well, like as a fellow social media influencer, and they texting and sharing, you know, war stories and giving advice, etc. And once KevOnStage found out who Darius Crooks really was, he got on his social media platform to denounce him. Okay, and then I'll play the next part. But so just for clarity, KevOnStage was at the same time, he had become cool with Darius Crooks over the years, from them both being social media influencers, following each other, all that kind of stuff. And then it slowly developed to like actually having each other's phone number, texting, you know, that sort of thing. Well, what was also occurring at the same time is that Danni Rose, also known as Stovetop Kisses, was also friends with KevOnStage's wife, and therefore him as well. And when all the stuff started happening in 2021 with Darius Crooks being outed as a scammer, and her story about what Darius did to her, as in Danni Rose, started to come out as well, she told Kev, she ended up finally telling them, Kev and his wife, the true story of what Darius Crooks did to her. They were like, oh my God. And so she said, but she didn't want them to say anything about it. She just wanted them to be quiet about it and pretty much just, you know, let it go. Because she has not wanted to give it any breath. And she's been like that almost since it happened. She spoke about it once when it first went down, and she's left it alone since. But she got harassed by the Flying Monkeys. Darius Crooks recreated the narrative, as he always does, turning it all against her, making it out to be something that it wasn't, when all in all, he scammed her. He trademarked her business under her, behind her back, when he was supposed to be helping her. So when KevOnStage found out all that, he's like, oh, he truly is the scammer that everyone's saying he is. I just didn't know. So then KevOnStage did his public denouncement, and here it is. Oh, no, that ain't. Here it is. Like, everything's going to freeze. That's crazy. Let me see if I got too many videos. If not, I'll pull it in again. Let's see. Gotta love technology. Bear with me. Here we go. It's coming. Talk amongst yourselves. I mean, I'm gonna have to do that for every one of these videos. Let me see. I think this is. Here it is. All right, here you go.
Y'all, it's your boy KevOnStage. I want to address the Darius Cooks allegations. Like most of Twitter, I found out about Darius's allegations a couple weeks ago when the Kitchenista posted receipts and screenshots, and people started speaking out and things like that. She asked me if I was going to do a follow-up interview to a show I did called Aska, where we asked him, a millionaire, about how he became a millionaire. And I told her there would be no follow-up interview. The show was aired in early 2019, April 2019, and I immediately removed the video as to not amplify his voice or cause any further confusion. At the same time, a close friend of ours, Danni Rose, who hadn't really told us about her fallout with him, kind of told us, hey man, here's what he did to me, and asked that we didn't kind of speak about it anymore, because as these allegations were coming up, she was having to relive her own situations with him, and she didn't really want to do that. So to be good friends to her, I stopped responding and I didn't say anything else. I now realize that silence and not making a formal disavowing of him looks like I was protecting him. So I want to say clearly, I do not support Darius Cooks. I believed the stuff he said, like most people. At the time of the Ask a Millionaire interview, I saw his Shopify screenshots. I saw his Dining with Darius stuff. I saw the amount of money that he was posting, and I believed him. I didn't do any due diligence when I did Ask a Millionaire. He said he was a millionaire. He had posted receipts. I believed it, and that is my fault for having a big platform. I understand more now than ever that with this big platform, I need to be more responsible with how I share it and who I share it with. And for claims like that, in situations that can come up later, I should have done more diligence and more research to make sure those claims were credible, and I did not do that, and I apologize. I also realized by not making it very clear, while trying to protect my friend Danni, while not making it very clear that I don't support him, it looks like I'm being silent about the scenario. I am still learning how to be an ally, how to protect Black women, what that looks like.
So he was explaining his position. Again, this is back in this video he just that we just watched was back in 2021. his interview with Darius Crooks was back in April 2019, he's saying. So he was saying that he was caught, he didn't know what to do because his friend, that being Danni Rose, who was scammed by Darius Crooks, was telling him that basically she didn't want to relive the trauma. Don't say anything. Leave it be. However, with him doing that, the public perception was that he was co-signing who Darius was and what Darius was up to. And he's like, okay, wait, I got to say, hey, I denounce him. I do not agree with what he did. I didn't know, but I was also trying to protect my friend. So then right after this, now this is back when this was all happening live, I was like, oh, that really got to Crooks, because Crooks then got on his platform, on his IG lives that he does multiple times a day, Monday through Sunday, 7 days a week, pretty much 365. I'd say 360 days a year. He'll take a day off here or there. But he took to his Instagram live, playing the victim once again. It can't be that Kev is an upstanding man of God who will no longer associate with the spawn of Satan once he found out. It's got to be that KevOnStage is wrong. So, and in order to make it out that way, Darius Crooks does this video.
I guess, boy, this is a season. You understand me? A season. I don't get it, man, at all. So I'm not crying because I'm sad. I'm crying because I'm trying to stay motivated and inspired and, remain hopeful. So sorry. Y'all caught me on the heels of, I just woke up and my friend had texted me and said, did you see the KevOnStage? And I said, no, I didn't see it. I didn't see anything. And I went to go look on Twitter, and basically he put out a video saying that I do not support Darius Cooks. And I said, whoa, okay. This is what Tuesday, or what's today, Wednesday? No, today too. This is what Tuesday is. Okay, Tuesday. This is how we starting out on Tuesday. Okay, here we go. Let's do it then. All right. Each day is like whatever you get each day, you got to deal with it. I can't deal with yesterday no more. I got to deal and stick with today. So, and that hurts a little bit because it hurts a lot because I looked up to him. No, it's cool. It's not a big deal. I mean, it's the season, I guess. And I really feel like, I don't know this now, but I can't do anything. I can't say anything. Y'all know KevOnStage, the comedian. That's because his wife is friends with Danni, probably. But, hey, it is what it is. Oh, I know they recorded it. That's fine. I don't really care about that. So I was like, okay, wow, all right, Tuesday. I don't know what's on the other side of this. I don't know.
So that was Crooks on his IG live. Again, that was back in 20. We're doing a flashback, y'all, because I know some people joining later and they like, what's happening? He just was crying yesterday. No. This was in 2021. Darius Crooks was butthurt because KevOnStage had denounced him and said he no longer supports Darius Crooks when he found out that he was a crook. When he found out. And so now you fast forward. So pretty much after that, it was done with. The only thing was that Darius Crooks was putting out the narrative that the only reason that KevOnStage spoke out was in blind trust of his wife's friend, as in Danni Rose, meaning he ain't listen, he ain't reach out to me, he ain't try to see what's going on, etc. So recently, Darius Crooks tells the story that when all of that was going down, and he had reached out to Kev about like, man, I'm sorry. He texted him saying, man, I'm so sorry they pulling you into this mess. He says that KevOnStage never responded to him. Hence, the fake little tears. Ooh, he was butthurt. Still butthurt. So much so that when he recently heard, and I don't have those clips in here because we got so much to cover, I was like, I ain't gonna stress about pulling every clip of everything. But KevOnStage recently took to his platform to say that his podcast revenue was down. He has a studio, and he has like different shows, a sound stage basically, in different shows, and he has a couple different podcasts, and he has people that he employs to work on those various podcasts, other influencers, etc. Well, he says that the revenue has gone down quite a bit over the recent past. And he says that so much so that he was, coming out to his audience to be transparent, like, hey, if you guys can support the Patreon or support in other ways, because it is getting to the point that I'm having to figure out how I can basically keep my staff and keep them employed, keep them salaried, etc. So Darius Crooks took this, Uncle Ruckus took this as, ooh, it's something happening over there. He falling. So Darius Crooks goes to his flying monkeys on his IG live and talking about basically this what you get. This is KevOnStage's karma. His views are lower. He's not getting as much revenue from his podcast business, be an arm of his business, of his enterprise, because he spoke out against Darius Crooks being a scammer 2 years ago. What kind of, and they banned it. Oh, master, yes, that's what it is. That guy don't like ugly. He was trying to come for you, and that guy got his views low on his podcast. I'm like, if y'all don't stop playing, y'all so dumb. Y'all so silly. First of all, that's only one of KevOnStage's businesses. On top of that, podcast views, if they read, podcast views are down across the board because it's become an oversaturated market. So there's been articles written about this months beforehand. KevOnStage ain't the only influencer, podcaster who's been affected by that. However, he owns a sound stage. He gets revenue from that rental. People rent the space to do stuff. Darius Cooks talking about opening one. That's part of his long-term plan. He was talking about it a few weeks ago. Copycat. KevOnStage owns a sound studio. KevOnStage has a comedy tour that travels the world. The other day, Darius Crooks was trying to take credit for KevOnStage's comedy tour. Talking about it was his idea. He told him to do it. KevOnStage has been to Dubai. When he travels, when they have been traveling, they have been doing it up. If you follow them, they ain't traveling like the commoners. They traveling on a level that Darius Crooks ain't even been able to do yet. So anyway, he's hating on KevOnStage because KevOnStage had the nerve to actually say something about him being a scammer. So because of this, because of KevOnStage going live about the issue with the podcast views being down, Darius Crooks is reveling in it, so much so he takes to his IG lives and then starts recounting what went down, but his recreated narrative of what went down. He mentioned Cinna treats. However, he conveniently, and I have it, y'all. I ain't have time to pull all that together for y'all. We're gonna really deep dive on Cinna treats anyway. Still, I'm giving y'all an overview today because we got multiple topics. But he talks about Cinna treats, but gives an overview and conveniently would forget all the areas where the scandal came in. He'd be like, I don't remember why Danni started having a problem with me. I remember she was shy. Y'all remember? Because he loved to do this. He'll have his flying monkeys that's been with him a long time. Y'all remember, he loved to say, y'all who was here with Periscope. I'm sorry, that's him. Y'all remember those of y'all who was here with Periscope? Remember when I had the Black Food Network and Danni was on it? Yes, master, we remember. She was shot. She couldn't get on the camera. She was crying. You're responsible for her success too. All that. And so he tells the story. Bit of the truth wrapped up in a big old lie. He tells part of the story, but conveniently, when he got to the point of like having to explain how they fell out, because it sounded the way he's like, she was shy. He was trying to get her comfortable with the camera. You know, she wasn't good on the camera, etc. But now she's amazing on camera, entertaining, everything else. I learned about her way before Darius Crooks, and when I started hearing the stories, I was like, oh wow, like I didn't know that she struggled with shyness and all that other stuff. Long story short, he conveniently jumps over the parts of the story when it comes to the business, said that she was inconsistent. She was that she couldn't make up her mind as far as whether she wanted to be in business or not. She had created a Cinna treats dessert out of cinnamon rolls, and they were different flavors. He loved them. Now, this is the account I'm hearing from other people because I ain't follow him back then. Well, I don't follow him now, but y'all know what I'm saying. So they said that she was on his Black Food Network. We'll talk about that in depth one day. Black Food Network. She made these cinnamon rolls. He fell in love with them so much so that she was trying to sell them, and he was like, he could basically help her scale and be able to sell it on a larger scale. What he then in turn did was try to steal her recipe. He trademarked her business while she was away out of town taking care of her father who was ill. He ended up trademarking her business behind her. When she came back and found out, that's when she was like, she didn't want to deal with him. We'll get into depth because I want to go down that whole rabbit hole. But what his version of the story is that she started talking to other people, and she was asking questions about money and stuff. And it basically, it was her being money hungry. And so at a certain point, because she was indecisive, he just pretty much moved on. What he fails to mention is that he moved on by trademarking her business behind her back. So he's telling that story. He goes to his IG lives as he does. And the next day he posts this on his platforms. Somebody says, whatever. He says, you're right. I released so much last night on IG live that I honestly don't even care about the whole KevOnStage thing anymore. This ish still stings a bit, but I'll be fine. Oh, it don't sting a bit. Because if it was just a bit and you didn't really care, you wouldn't have brought it up. Because the podcast had nothing to do with Darius Crooks. No one even mentioned Darius Crooks' name. No one even mentioned the whole denouncing KevOnStage denouncing him thing. He brought that up. That's because what he knows is that video of Kev denouncing him has millions of views. I have it out there on 2 different platforms, Facebook and on TikTok, and other people have it out as well. Everywhere you looked at that video has gone out. Hundreds of thousands, like 500,000 plus views. 500,000 plus views. That's what bothers him. So, and on top of that, you know, he actually was a fan of KevOnStage and he cut him off. He says, thanks to all the folks that tuned in last night. Onward and upward, I guess. I ain't forgot. I'm just choosing right now not to remember. Girl, what? You did a whole lot of remembering your false narrative and false truths. He says, if I get pissed in the future, he'll become a discount code. P.S. The gold utensils and flatware have been restocked. Cutting boards have shipped and are on the water. I'll let you know when they get to the States. Again, these flying monkeys don't understand that this is literally him advertising. Drama equals advertising equals more money for him. They ain't even getting it. It's a psychological game he plays with them. But they getting at us because they spending money on him. So someone on this wasn't Black Twitter. This was the exposed Darius Crooks group. And I don't be knowing who was okay with their name being shared, etc. So I just don't say because I don't know. But someone put the timeline together, and I love this because I was like, this is perfect timing. So as it pertains to the Cinna Treats business, there's a timeline that has been put out here. And so they say Cinna Treats was a company operated by Darius Crooks for the purpose of baking and shipping cinnamon rolls and other sweets. The dates of operation, so it was operable from October 10th of 2016 through September 25th of 2017. Like most businesses, approximately. Like most of his ventures, they don't last long at all because they're all grifts. You notice this with, scammers. Most of their stuff is grifts, short-term grifts. It was located in Atlanta. That's where he was from at first. So the backstory is the company was founded by his then friend, Stovetop Kisses, aka Danni Rose. The timeline is Darius purchased a Cinna Treats trademark on October 4th of 2016. This blindsided Danni Rose and caused her to end their friendship. Now, that's the short of it. There's a lot of back and forth. I got that in my timeline thing. We'll talk about that in depth one day. The orders for Cinna Treats went live on October 10th of 2016. And then on October 19th of 2016, per Facebook post orders. And it looks like this is him trying to make Cinna Treats during a Dining with Darius Crooks event, one of those Dining with Diarrhea events. It looks a mess. This is his, again, showing that it's not his original creation. It's him trying to steal somebody's recipe and executing very poorly. So that's like some banana, something like some cinnamon rolls with some bananas and slop on it. Closing out this poll here says, have you watched the video of KevOnStage disavowing Darius Crooks? 44% of you have said yes. 56% of you said no. Again, this shows the reach of KevOnStage because the majority of this audience probably would have seen it. Well, I'm going to say, like I said, millions of people have seen it, but we still got 56% of y'all who haven't. So this is showing that there's some level of diversity in the viewership of people who are watching that video, which is what's killing Crooks. That's why he over here bringing up old ish that ain't got nothing to do with him. The next poll question. Do you believe that Darius Crooks stole Danni Rose's Cinna Treats business? Yes or no? Do you believe that he stole the business? Let me go on with the timeline notes I have here. So on October 19th of 2016, per the Facebook post orders, his orders were suspended briefly so that Darius could attend a funeral of an aunt in Chicago. Now, why you got to stop your whole business to go? You're supposed to be a very well versed business entrepreneur. So he went on to state that 75 orders were filled and the remaining orders would be filled the next week. He promised 20% discount codes to be used towards the next purchase. That is one of his scams too. Boy, when we tie this stuff together, because I was pulling some stuff over the weekend. Oh, at the restaurants, he did the same thing. I think we actually run into it today. At the restaurants, when people would have problems with their food and the service, etc., he wouldn't give them a discount off that current meal that was in front of them, which many of us have experienced. He would tell them if they come back, they get a discount off that next meal. What? What? That's absolutely crazy. But this is how he rolled. It's because it's about the money for him. And it's mind manipulation. You're hearing discount. You're like, oh, but you need to make me whole right this moment. Now I got to buy something for you to make me whole for what has passed. No, I got to give you more money. But this is how he rolled. Snake oil salesman. So they say on November 2nd of 2016, again, we got receipts here, y'all. I know he be over there on them IG lives, lying to them flying monkeys and just rambling shit off the top of his head. And every blue moon show a random ass piece of something, and then a little piece of the truth wrapped up in a big old lie. And they like, see, he always got the receipt. He the receipt king. No, receipt king has a whole timeline dated. That's receipt kinging. Anyway, so on November 2nd of 2016, Darius signed what he described as a commercial lease for Cinna treats in Atlanta. Forgot about this. That's why I love this timeline. So on from November 2nd of 2016 through December 31st of 2019. Oh, this is when he said he was signing the lease from November 2nd of 2016 through December 31st of 2019. This is interesting, because this is starting to be near the time that Greens and Gravy closed in February, only 2 months after the lease had ended here. Things are adding up. See, I didn't know that. This stuff is coming together. So it says, this address appears to be next to the site of the future Greens and Gravy, his first restaurant in Atlanta. So I do recall hearing this when he had the Greens and Gravy restaurant next door to it. He also was about to open Cinna Treats. So he was still in her business at the same time he was opening a restaurant. It's the whole thing. And so they said on November 11th of 2016, Danni Rose launches We Love Cinnamon website. So Danni Rose, he claims that she walked away from the business. However, we know he stole her business. So what she then did, which most people do when this happens to them, is she then created another cinnamon business, because he had her original recipe for the dough. So the taste, from what I was hearing, I've never tried them or anything, but from what I've heard from many accounts of people, the taste was the same from Danni Rose's original recipe to the version he was putting out. However, he couldn't get her. She never gave him her recipe to her icing. So he could never get his icing to taste like hers. And he went as far as to, from his old sous chef, Bruce B. Cooking, said that he would try to get the icing from like Costco. So he was using, now he always talking about making something natural. He going to Costco to get the icing to put on the cinnamon rolls. Just a big old fraud. So they go on to say on September, so this is almost a year later, on September 25th of 2017, Darius Cooks' trademark for Cinna Treats goes abandoned for failing to file any statements of use. So because he could not get the business rolling properly, there was issues with quality. I'm put this photo up too. So this was this was a DHaver. I'll say DHaver. There are levels to it. Y'all already know that. The DHaver commented after they received theirs. They said, so my strawberry one, the outer part was hard and the butter pecan came like this. I'm still gonna smash though. That's how they are. They let him get away with stuff, and it's like any excuse for him because it came from him, et cetera, et cetera. Did y'all see that monstrosity? So the quality, he's scoring these restaurants on creativity and aesthetics. Aesthetically, that look a fool. Aesthetically. What y'all score that aesthetically? 1 through 5. Give it y'all score. Aesthetics, 1 through 5. 1 being the lowest, of course. So people were complaining, like this person here stated, the wrapping wasn't good. Keisha gave it a 0. The wrapping, he couldn't figure out how to package them properly. So when they would be shipped, people would get them and they'd be dried out because the air was getting into them and all kind of stuff. Yeah, they were looking a fool. So because of that, he was getting complaints. He wasn't able to keep up with the orders. Ain't no negative 563. Ain't no telling how many orders didn't get fulfilled. I got that stuff. We put in the timeline together. So we'll dig deeper on this story. Because there's so much more even to what I'm telling y'all. So he abandoned it in September 25th of 2017, just walked away from it. This grift didn't work, walking away from it. That's what he does. So on April 18th, 2019, this is the day after my birthday. So on April 18th, 2019, comedian KevOnStage does an interview with Darius, completely unaware of his contentious relationship with Kev's friend, Danni Rose. So again, Kev did this interview with him with Crooks back in April of 2019, not even knowing that his friend and his wife's friend, Danni Rose, had this horrible, traumatic experience with him. At this point, that was 3 years prior. She's moved on. Her career is growing. And like many of us, when we've experienced trauma, we don't constantly relive it. And some of us, especially when you're, when you generally, when you have a spiritual connection, higher power, you walk, you kind of go through this life in a different realm on a higher plane. You don't just constantly be reliving your traumas and retelling those stories. You just kind of move on. You just move on. So that's what she did. That's what she's still done to this day, really. We the ones talking about it. She ain't talking about it. So then fast forward on July 12th of 2021, KevOnStage pulls the interview and denounced Darius Crooks publicly. So this is why Darius Crooks is butthurt today and trying to insinuate because Kev's podcast revenue is down like millions of the others because it's an oversaturated market at this point. It'll readjust at some point, but it's oversaturated. His business is experiencing what the industry is experiencing. And this girl want to sit here and Uncle Ruckus want to celebrate a black man's downfall who's living right, who's doing what should be done. That's how he rolled, though. That's how she rolled. And y'all, I meant to pull these in. So KevOnStage, his wife, is also very close friends with Tabitha Brown and her husband. And they travel together. Now, Darius actually, Tabitha Brown used to follow Darius Crooks, y'all. When you would go to his page, you would see her name as one of the people that follow him. And I always question, like, is she just following him and don't know who she's following? What's happening with this? Well, I later realized, yep, in fact, she was following somebody. Obviously, she didn't know who they really was. Soon as all this stuff came out and whatever conversations they was having behind the scenes amongst friends, real life friends, all of a sudden, Tabitha don't follow him no more. Don't follow Crooks no more. In addition, and I didn't notice it until he was coming for Crooks, was coming for Tabitha Brown. I talked about it before. It's an older video from, I don't know, earlier this year, whenever it was. We talked about when Darius Crooks was coming for Tabitha's restaurant. Now I'm forgetting the name of it. It's a vegan restaurant. She went into partnership. And this is when he first started his slanderous food reviews grift. Black restaurants only. He was asking people what happened with Tabitha's restaurant, and people started going in. Why are you worried about what happened with her restaurant? Why are you trying to celebrate, somebody's downfall or something not working out? So he tried to insinuate that her restaurant closed because of something she did. However, what I already knew, because I do follow her and have watched that piece of her journey, she had partnered with another person who actually opened Kel My Name. Thank you so much, Jacqueline. Kel My Name was the name of the restaurant. She had partnered with a guy who had the restaurant in Chicago, and they were also opening one in LA, and she was partnering with him for that. Now, what happened behind the scenes, don't know, but it wasn't like, oh, Tabitha not Darius Crooks is what we're saying. She didn't sit there trying to run a restaurant and couldn't and floundered. She wasn't there. Her name was on it. She was a financial investor, maybe helped with the menu and all that kind of stuff. So long story short, and it was like, why is he all of a sudden coming for Tabitha? Because for years he had been trying to steal from her, stealing her dialect, stealing her sayings, all of that, and people was calling him out about that. Now all of a sudden you want to, what happened with Tabitha's restaurant? Why it ain't open no more? All that kind of stuff. So long story short, again, they wasn't effing with him no more. And that pissed him off. And that's what made him all of a sudden Tabitha's on his radar. But he couldn't do that one. That one didn't work out well for him. Even the DHags was like, Master, you sure you want to talk about her? I don't know. That's good. We like her too. Master, this ain't gonna be a good one for you. Back off from this one, Master. So he left it alone. It didn't go too far. Oh, okay. Thank you, Autumn, for explaining it. She said they had issues with the building and the landlord doing the repair. See, I've leased the commercial properties before, and that can become an issue with the lease agreement and stuff and what they're supposed to do and what they agree to do until after you get up in there, and then you can't get them to do certain things. Like, I get that. And it could affect you being able to open a business. And it's like, well, this place needs a fire alarm system, and this is about to cost me $25,000. Why would I put $25,000 in your property? And I need it in order to run the business. So it's like, either I spend $25,000 for something for your property that I have to walk away from when the lease is over, or I just take my money and walk away since you won't do it. So I get that. I've been there. So anyway, Tabitha Brown now, this is what I found to be interesting. Oh, let me close out this poll. Do you believe that Darius Crooks stole Danni Rose's Cinna Treats business? 92% of y'all got a lot of sense. 8% of y'all is a mix of people that didn't hear the question, your finger slipped, or you are a flying monkey. And it's okay. I'm okay with y'all being over here. Just be respectful. That's all. And when I call y'all flying monkeys, it's a technical term. It means people that blindly follow corrupt people, basically, in summary. And that's what y'all do. So y'all flying monkeys. And I won't stop calling y'all that. Deplorables and DHags and all that too. Okay, so next poll question is, I'm about to play a clip, and I want you to let me know. Let me see. I hope this ain't too many characters. Good, it wasn't. Do you think the Tabitha Brown in this video I'm about to play, well, I forgot, it's probably going to play right away. Let's see. Okay, I'm about to pull it in fresh. But in this video that I'm about to play, do you think that Tab was referring to Darius Crooks trying to start drama with KevOnStage? Because mysteriously, this video came out the same night right after Darius Crooks went live with his lie about KevOnStage and Danni Rose. Uh-oh, now it's taking all day to open my files for the video. Hold on. Okay, here it comes.
Hello there, y'all all right? Real quick, I want to remind somebody, stop letting people who have no character take you out of your character. Don't let them do that. Don't give them power over you, okay? All right? That's it. I love you, honey. Go about your business. Have the most amazing night, honey, and tomorrow have a good day. But even if you can't have a good one, don't you dare go messing up nobody else's here. Very good. Good night.
Play that one more time for the people in the back of the room.
Hello there, y'all all right? Real quick, I want to remind somebody, stop letting people who have no character take you out of your character. Don't let them do that. Don't give them power over you, okay? All right? That's it. I love you, honey. Go about your business. Have the most amazing night, honey, and tomorrow have a good day. But even if you can't have a good one, don't you dare go messing up nobody else's here. Very good.
I love that, even though I struggle with it over here. Don't let somebody with no character, aka Darius Crooks and Uncle Ruckus, don't let somebody with no character take you out of your character. I have done it. I am guilty. And I ain't gonna stop, unfortunately. Don't let them take you out of your character. Do you think that that was about Darius Crooks? Now, mind you, I'm telling you, she put that out. So I watched the foolishness live, IG lives that Darius Crooks did, and he's telling that story. And I'm sitting here typing up my timeline of the Cinna Treat story and all the other receipts I got for when I do the main deep dive story. And I'm just like shaking my head like, she is a mess. She is a mess. Like, ain't no real receipts out here. All this evidence. And then I get off, and then Tab's video pops up on my timeline. And she says this, and I said, and it was that night right after. I was like, oh, yeah. So I think this was to her friend Kev. Don't let somebody with no character take you out your character. 84% of you think it was about him, about Crooks. Speaking of no character, we're moving on to the next topic. Something else that is a pure, clear example of him having no character is we know that he's out there doing the slanderous Black restaurant only reviews across America. And he goes from city to city slandering Black restaurants, trying to find something wrong with them. Every once in a while, he's doing, he'll get somebody 5 stars here or there for, this piece or that piece. But it's the overall energy that he comes into it with. How these places pass his toxic ass test, I couldn't tell you. It's based on his mood. It's based on if he's menstruating that month, I think. I don't know, or that week. I have no idea what's going on. But he, to prove how toxic he is, he puts this post out about Y'all's Down Home Southern Cafe. It was a restaurant he visited, wherever it was. And the post here, if y'all can believe this, and I ain't making this up. This is a Darius Crooks post. This is on he's taking it down. Or at least I couldn't find it. I think he took it down. I had already screenshot it though. He posted this on his Instagram. I don't know if this was on his other platforms. This is at Y'all's Down Home Southern Cafe. His caption says, currently reviewing a restaurant. I've been here 20 minutes and all their food is making me have to ish. And he takes a picture with him supposedly on the toilet with his, those look like Spanx. Is them Spanx ladies? Look like his Spanx are pulled down around his ankles. Who wants to see that? How are you promoting Black businesses when you're insinuating that they make you have to go get on the toilet? And it's, again, we know this is all for attention. She's like a little toddler. She needs a lot of attention. This is what it's for. We know, we clear on that. We clear that the place ain't really put you on the toilet, but you had this idea. And I hope you got cooties from sitting on the toilet. But who does that? Who does that? And then walks around saying they favored by God and using God every other word. And the flying money, yeah, look at Kev. He can't touch God's anointed one. What? This is God's anointed? This is how God wants us to go throughout the world? Y'all don't stop playing in our face. So that happened like a week ago. I didn't go live about it. Yes, and he's actually sitting on the toilet, MD. M-O. Then we move on to Huntsville, Alabama. And they banned him. Get out my city. They like, get out now. So he had a couple situations there. Honestly, I'm still trying to catch up because it's like been multiple incidents of drama. Some of y'all might fill in the blank if y'all do put it on a moderator. Who's in the background? Presses, if you can put it on the screen if somebody's helping me out with the narrative, because I haven't been able to deep dive enough to pull it all together. But there was an incident at one restaurant where he was shown the menu on the wall as soon as he arrived. And he basically began to be belligerent with the staff. There were 2 older ladies there. And he ended up going back and forth with the lady, with one of the ladies. Well, both of the ladies, really. Well, not one of the ladies. But I keep forgetting these ain't going to pull these videos in right away. Hold on. Now I got to hope it pulls in the right. I can tell which one go first. I think it's this one first.
What are we doing?
It's none of that. The website is mamassoulfoodrestaurant.com. So that you know that next time somebody.
Different .com. I said Mama's Soul Food.
That's not what she told me. She said Mama's Restaurant is what she said. So the website, after you Google it, is mamassoulfoodrestaurant.com.
Okay.
So that people know how to place an order or what to look for.
Absolutely.
Okay? I don't want to eat here. I done got turned off. Let me order something. Then they get attitude. They get attitude when you tell them it's wrong. That's what I said. That ain't what she told me.
Like he's doing somebody a favor by even being at their restaurant. I don't even want to be here anymore. Well, get the fuck out. Who cares? Go. It's your toxic ass. Nobody cares. There's a part 2 to this. This is him. I think he got back up after that. Yeah, he got up again.
Completely overwhelmed.
Well, it's only us 6.
I'm telling you, you got so much. You are completely overwhelmed.
I'm not overwhelmed.
The camera picked it up, baby. We watching you. You going over here. You don't know the website. You over there. You over there.
Multitasking, but I'm gonna come to
You can't multitask. If we don't sit, I've been sitting over there for 10 minutes.
Listen.
You can't tell me you're overwhelmed. I've been sitting for 10 minutes.
I understand that.
It's not about being patient. It's about waiting. No.
It's a lunch rush. You got a big table
And
people at the door.
my point is, you're overwhelmed. Clearly, you're overwhelmed. You're not.
If you're not patient, I understand.
You're not.
Okay, she's overwhelmed there. I'm not
overwhelmed.
She's doing the best she can.
Let me get that's okay.
Maybe get a little help at the front. She can't. You can't help. I know, but she can't help me sitting down over there and then people waiting.
I came to you. You was looking at the menu, and I'm gonna come back to you.
All right. You know what, y'all? I'm not happy. If you want this review to go good, we got to switch some stuff around.
Okay, so what do you want to order?
I don't even know. I didn't look at the menu.
Oh, yes. We got a menu.
I know. Just let me get 2 things: fried chicken, beef chips. Make it a combo. Ignore come with 2 sides. I'm gonna pick 4 things for you: collard greens, green beans, baked beans, and cabbage.
Have you chicken dark or white?
Dark.
Dark blue. So with white
You
rice
didn't
and
smell
gravy.
too good to be so rude.
I'm not being rude. I'm calling the truth. I'm calling out what the truth is.
True. That's not
No, baby. And I'm a customer.
Collard greens, the customer's not always right.
I understand, but the customer should always be first. I agree with you. They are not always right.
They don't gotta be rude either.
I wasn't rude to you, and I was talking to her, not even to you.
You said what else?
You're talking about.
It doesn't matter. I'm talking to her about you.
Okay.
Talk to me about me.
I already did, and you didn't have time. You were helping other people. You didn't have time for me to talk to you.
You're so hostile.
I'm not being hostile.
Darius, what do you want to do with the collard greens?
Collard greens and cabbage is 1. Green beans and I don't know even what I said. Green beans and
What's the other meat you want?
the beef tips. I'm sorry. Yes,
Green beans and what else?
I'll take baked beans as the other one.
And my thing was, how did you go from, I don't even know what I want. I haven't been able to look at the menu. Why are you up here? Why are you up here demanding for service when you haven't even looked at the menu yet? But then within a second later, give me, I don't know, give me a so-and-so. And well, I thought you didn't know what you want. Do you know what you want? Do you not know what you want? Just ridiculous. And if she's overwhelmed, why stress her out more with that sort of antics? Who are you? You're not that. The problem is the flying monkey DHags have given him this false sense of importance that makes him think that the rest of us care about him like that. It's crazy. A couple questions here, or comments. Did y'all see the Keith Lee on the Breakfast Club? Charlamagne asked him, what did he think about Darius Crooks? And he said, I don't. Yeah, I actually have that clip too. I didn't pull it in for this because we got so many topics. But yes, Keith Lee was on the Breakfast Club. And when asked, what did he think about Darius Crooks? He said he doesn't think about anybody. So he got nobody. Natural Love is saying those women in the comments are enablers and co-sign his behavior. He's going to keep it up and mess around and find out. And that snorting. Absolutely. It's gonna happen. Madam X is saying he tried to duplicate the recipe and failed, had Bruce trying to bake them. Yeah, so with the Cinna Treats company, Darius Crooks was trying to, again, replicate Danni Rose's recipe because he stole from her. And Bruce Be Cooking, which is sous chef back then, his mentee, who he did wrong as well. Bruce ain't been talking either. He talked at the time. Bruce did a live. A lot of them, like in the immediate aftermath, they went live talking about what really happened and what Darius Crooks did to them. And then they all moved on because they're not toxic like he is. And then he also creates a narrative and then has the flying monkeys harass people. And most people can't take that. I'm different. I'm built different. I don't get no fuck. Well, they don't bother me. I come right back at them. And I got a platform to expose them individually. And I would do a whole episode on each one of them and their whole life. Keep playing with me. Y'all think y'all leader drag people. Angela Monique said he trademarked her business name twice. The first time was Cinna Treats. The second time she set up with a fake business name and he trademarked it only for her to come out with the actual name and prove he stole from her. I think I heard something like that. It's been a while since I looked deep in my notes about that. But yeah, just a lot. So it's so sick. It's so sick. Then we have a comment, because this is how the hags continue to enable. This is a deplorable. I think this is a dude. Says, so are the video ratings different from these ratings? I thought Betty Mae's food rating was 5 out of 5 on the video. So Darius Crooks replies, Gabriel, the reels are just clips from the full video. It takes 6 to 8 weeks to edit and post the full video. Daddy still has to make ad revenue, calling himself Daddy. Daddy still has to make ad revenue. So since there is still a buzz, I give you a bit of action while it's still hot. I let you forget about it. Then I start it back up within a few weeks. Do y'all hear him plotting and telling y'all how he manipulates social media? I still need to make ad revenue. So he puts out the reels for the ad revenue. And then while it's still some buzz out and it's still hot, then when they forget about it, I started back up in a few weeks. He's telling them he creates the drama with this. This ain't about the black business. It's never about other people, ever with him. It's only about him. Eventually, a full review will be posted here on my YouTube channel and my upcoming app. Regarding those ratings, the reel is 90 seconds. The full review is about 15 minutes. I rate everything individually and then give a full score, plus the average score. The full score is here and blah, blah, blah. And he goes on. A mess. A mess. Some of them still, God is blessing you to bless others. You such a blessing to people. What? He's telling you he don't care about blessing nobody. He's blessing himself. He blessing himself. Well, along with the help of Satan. So then we move on to the next topic, which is G's country cooking drama there. So he was in, again, Huntville out of Alabama. He claimed in a post, he said, sorry, y'all, I called Amex and charged back my card. I set a whole hour and no food, kind of unacceptable. This ain't looking good. So he treats every state, city he goes to like, y'all need to prove to me y'all worthy. And then be like, oh, this ain't looking good. I done been to 2 places. Y'all need to get it together. Who the fuck are you? Who the fuck are you? What? So somebody called him out about this. Is that in this part of it? Let me see. They said one thing about it. No, that's not. No, that's a DHag co-signing the foolishness. Maybe I didn't pull it in here. But one person ended up commenting under his post saying that he called his Amex to have the card charged back for the food. They was like, you lying, because they don't make you pay for your food until after you get your food. You don't pay for the food while they're preparing it. You pay for the food after you get it. You liar. Always lying. You ain't got a lie to kick it, Craig. So here's the video. Oh, I keep forgetting I got to pull everything in fresh. It's so ridiculous. All that work I do for pre-production, then got to do all this during the show. So while he's at the restaurant, Corey, his videographer, of course, is filming all the drama. Corey's job is to make sure he captures all the drama. And then Darius Crooks, what we're watching here, this clip I'm about to play, is Darius Crooks laying in his bed with
I don't mean to make a big fuss. I placed this order at 4.
Is Darius Crooks laying in his bed with, he lays in the beds with the poo-poo stains, the bookie stains, like babies, and all kind of crumbs and stuff. He's laying in that bed right now, playing clips from the experience to his DHags on their IG lives. So y'all know he does that multiple times a day. This is him there now showing them from his laptop. This is before he gets the reels out, before he gets Corey to edit them to make him look like he's an actual food reviewer and not a burnt walrus.
I don't mean to make a big fuss. I placed this order at 4:28. It's 5:23.
What's up, Tom?
Is there anything we could do?
I got you on the
I placed the order at 4:28.
I know. Did you check out the sign on the door when you walked in and said this is not a fast food?
We tried to take you out when you first came in.
Right, but I placed it at 4:28.
Huh?
I said, I know you tried to place it. I was finishing a phone call. I placed it an hour ago. It's been a whole hour.
It ain't been no hour, bro.
I served. I was on the phone. I placed it at. Let's go.
So again, if you're a little lost, that was him playing the footage from when he was at that restaurant earlier. Now he's at the Airbnb, laid in the bed with the poo-poo stains and the crumbs and stuff, because y'all know how he is, how he eats and poos in the bed, obviously, and don't clean up behind himself, or maybe his drawers ain't clean and that smudges all in the sheets. We saw that from when we did that interview with the Verbo homeowner. But anyway, now he's laying in the bed and he's showing his version of, recreating a narrative is what he does. We'll get to more.
We'll watch it again. Excuse me. I don't mean to make a big fuss. I placed this order at 4:28. It's 5:23. Now, at this point, you can't see this, but she's saying, talk to her. So she's pointing me over to the right, which is why I go to the right. Is there anything we could do? I placed the order at 4:28.
I know. Did you check out the sign on the door when you walked in and said this is not a fast food?
We tried to take you out when you first came in.
Right, but I placed it at 4:28. Huh? I said, I know you tried to place it.
So there's two things going on here. I'll stop because he's replaying it, but I'll give a little commentary. Two things going on here. First of all, he's in the South. The South folks are different than us Northerners. Y'all don't feel rushed. It's a calmer way of life. Y'all like, what's the big rush? Enjoy life. It's all limited. We ain't going to be here forever. Enjoy the moments you have. Don't rush through life. You're going to miss too much. So they taking it easy. And he done went there with his northerner attitude of hurry up. This needs to be like McDonald's. Why am I waiting? And they like, if you don't calm your ass down, we sitting here sipping coffee, waiting on our chicken to fry for 50 minutes. What you talking about? So she's like, did you read the sign that says this is not a fast food establishment? Understand that. We're in the South. That means even more than now the North, us considering waiting too long is 20, 30 minutes. The South, it can be upwards to an hour and 20. So they're like, first of all, Negro, don't come up in here trying to make new rules. We said this ain't no fast food restaurant. If you can't deal with it, go. Second piece is the guy says, well, we tried to take your order when you first came in here on the phone and you wouldn't let us take your order. We finally get to take your order. Now you want to rush us. If you don't sit down somewhere or leave. So that's what's happening right there. This part of the conversation.
Finishing a phone call. I placed it an hour ago. It's been a whole hour. I served. I was on the phone. I placed it in. Let's go.
Like he didn't hurt somebody's feelings because he leaving. You don't get out of here, Uncle Ruckus. We don't care. We don't care. A couple people say, watch the guy in the window. He chews Darius a new arse. He almost runs out the front door when the man turns him away. Why didn't he call him out his name or snap back at him like he do his followers? Or the two older ladies we just saw, and that was another reason I played that video before this. You see the difference. You see the difference. That man was like, dude, you came in here on the phone. What's your point? Sit down and wait or go. He ain't going back and forth with him. He just turned around. Burnt Walrus turned around and tucked his tail. Well, walruses don't have tails, do they? Says, another person says he walked out because he thought he was top priority, and they quickly showed him how regular he actually is. Then we have a person who I wasn't sure in the beginning who this person is, but there's a lady who was there. I was thinking at first she worked there, but I think she was just a patron who happened to be there. She took to her, looked at my like Facebook Live and gave her account of seeing what happened, because she also saw Darius Crooks go on his IG Lives and recreate the clip we just watching, where he recreates the narrative of what happened.
Hey guys, so listen. God puts me in places that I don't know that I need to be and why I need to be there. But I guess I had to come and let y'all know what really happened at G's Country Kitchen tonight. Okay, so I'm home for the weekend and I get there. 10 minutes later or so, Darius Cooks comes in. He comes in on the telephone, goes up to the counter, and the waitress or the young lady behind the counter was trying to speak to him. And he tells her, you're going to have to hold on a minute because I'm on a very important business phone call. Me, I'm like, baby, you should have finished that outside before you came in here because you knew that you was coming to food critic review, whatever it is that you do. Okay? So then he sat down eventually, and another waitress came maybe 10 minutes later and was trying to get his drink order. He told her to give him 5 minutes because he was conducting this business. So my friend was like, who is that? Because he wasn't getting service here with me. Anyways, every person that came in to patronize G's Country Kitchen tonight knew that there was a 45-minute wait. So you either could stay or you could leave. The choice was yours. So after he didn't get, I guess, his food in an ample amount of time, he decided to show out at the counter. So let me tell you, y'all can continue to support Darius, but I'm continuing to support G's Country Kitchen because they hit every single time. Okay? Child the drama.
Child the drama. I love that. Child the drama. Everywhere she go. But yet they continue to say she is the common denominator. Uncle Ruckus, a.k.a. Darius Crooks, is the common denominator in all of this drama that she has in her life. All of it. But everybody else gets blamed and they buy it. Everybody. She is never the guilty party in their eyes. It is just like mind-blowing. Wow. Anyway, someone says, you get what you put out. How can you expect someone who uses their platform to be messy and spread negativity to be received with warmth? Nah, we not having it. We swing first, fight back, Huntville. Huntville ain't playing. Get out of our city. Get out of our restaurant. And on top of that, have a great one. Someone else says, I'm glad restaurant owners in Huntsville are standing up against Darius Crooks. He really thinks his ish don't stink. We know this. We talk about that quite a bit. The man, or she literally has no credentials. That part. Couldn't even run her own business properly. Her own restaurant. The food service industry doesn't mess with him. Another fact. If you want to follow a food blogger that highlights Black-owned businesses, check out Keith Lee and The Hungry Black Man. Both are dope and hella humble. That's that person's comments. But Keith Lee, and I wanted to pull that clip for y'all, but well, we haven't quite got to it, but Keith Lee, when he's promoting businesses, you actually see the effects of it. When he goes to a restaurant and he's saying it's great and all of that, you see lines around the corner. You see instant impact. Darius Crooks, them businesses would be the same from the day before he got there and once he leaves. The only difference is the drama he leaves behind. Another one of his toxic posts. Is that in here? This one he says, ain't been to one restaurant and done already blocked 10 people in Huntsville. I don't even care. You say anything slick and I see it, even a comment on somebody else's post, blocked. But you got time to be on social media all day reading other people's comments, but you still got people asking for the orders. Present day, you got people asking for orders that they ain't got from your recent grift on them. Black Twitter ain't playing as usual. Somebody created this greatness. They created a t-shirt. Have a great one. G's Country Kitchen. And then a picture of Darius Crooks and the guy, and I think it was a lady who pointed at him. Have a great one. Thank you so much, Chanel 218. I really appreciate you. A little stocking money. Keep exposing the BS veil. I really appreciate you, friend. Greatly appreciate you for that. So the other piece of this, we're still talking about G's Country Kitchen. Because, he'll drag out some drama. It's clicks and views. It's clicks and views. He's admitted to y'all in that post we just read. It's revenue, ad revenue. He all about it. Poll question I'm putting out there as I move into this next piece of it with G's Country Kitchen. Have you heard Crooks call himself a sissy or an F? Or etc. Any derogatory gay terms, have you heard him say, can't out sissy a sissy? Oh, I'm just a sissy. Well, I'm a F. Have you ever heard it? Well, what I find odd is for someone who uses the terms to describe themselves often, why do you then have an issue when someone else uses that same word to describe your behavior? When you've called yourself that. Playing the victim. He uses homophobia conveniently when it serves him. So he puts this, he wants to go into victim mode because he got to have the blind flying monkeys. Oh, master, they homophobic. Leave our master alone, y'all homophobic, y'all evil. Crook says, someone just commented on the owner of G's Home Cooking. The owner that called me a sissy? Somebody said she posted that wasn't her food. I blocked that thing. Can someone please get me a screenshot so I can post the receipt? Then he had another post about 10 minutes later. After being called the quote, biggest sissy you'll ever meet. I agree with that. She is the biggest sissy I've ever met. She is. No, she's one of. Says, by the owner, I dug into my Capricorn bag and had my chef pick up some food. What do you think I rated them? Again, are you about promoting Black businesses or are you about drama and being a stunt queen? Because what he's saying is after he left that restaurant and all that drama and created that drama, went to his live, tried to, denigrate them, and the owner responded in kind to him. He then sent his flying monkey workers to go get food from that restaurant because they didn't know that person. And he didn't say which one. I pretty much know who it was, but I ain't gonna even say. I would be assuming, but I'm pretty sure I know who it was. They go and order some food from the restaurant, bring it back home as carryout, bring it back to Darius as carryout so she can still do a review on it. Messy. Why? Be done with it. And you wasn't finna, could we imagine? Because it seems like to me, at least my common sense, y'all know I love to use my common sense and critical thinking skills over here. Can I trust the rating of someone who has taken to their IG lives, played the victim, then sent somebody else to go get food from the place? If the food was amazing, do you think they're going to say they calling me the biggest sissy they ever met? They sent me out the door and said, have a good one. And I'm going to say their food is amazing. I'm going to encourage you to still go there. He says, P.S. They got too much attitude and sass for this bland ass food. Again, did we expect anything other than that from Sassy Pants, Uncle Ruckus, aka Burt Walrus? I have a reenactment of Darius Crooks. We got some other footage of him leaving G's Country Kitchen. Then we're gonna move on. Darius Crooks leaving.
Shut your fat ass up. Shut your fat ass up.
That was Darius Crooks leaving G's Country Kitchen. Looked like a big ass baby. Big old stunt queen. I could have left that start. All right, moving on to our next topic. We're making progress. What time is it? Ooh, Jesus, we're still pushing it though. We're still pushing it. So he has a nerve to be talking about somebody being sassy. Let me hope this is it. I hope this in here. Give me a second. Let me make sure it's in here. Yeah, it's in here. So he has nerve to be talking about somebody's horrible attitude and being sassy, yet he displays this behavior on a daily basis. And we're not supposed to believe our lying ears and our eyes when we see him doing the same thing he tries to rip into other people for or really project, because the people ain't giving him what he gives his audience. What he gives them is very toxic and disrespectful. What people give him is, Ninja, you ain't all that. We're going to treat you like a normal person.
This, you know what? This is the thing. It don't come up no more. This is as far as it come up. I guess I didn't get the one with the extra long handle on this. It's fine. This one, I like the spin mop. You ain't got to touch it. I twisted the pole. This is as far as it go up. It only go to 48. What's 48? 2, 4, 6, 8. That's 4 feet. This 4 feet tall. This about 4 feet. This about 2 feet. This 2 more feet. That's all as it go to 48. That's it. It's not meant for me. It's meant for Maria. I love this mop. Girl, it don't the fuck go up. Extendable telescope, 22 to 36 inches or 36 to 48. Bitch, you got 2 choices. 22 to 36
or 36 to 48. That's it. It don't go no fucking higher than that. Okay? Now, do you want the flow clean or not? What the fuck do the size of the mop got to do? Girl, twist. I have twisted. Do you, girl, down, up, down, up, down, up. I'll talk to y'all later.
So that's how he talks to his flying mug, and then they, that's so funny, Massa. They getting on your nerves, Massa. They asking silly questions, Massa. You so perfect. Like, they don't see no problem with it. But if somebody say, sir, there's a sign that says this ain't no fast food restaurant, and on top of that, you was on your phone and being disrespectful to the staff, you can get on out of here if you don't like the service here. And they so disrespectful. They need to be shut down. We need to Yelp and make horrible comments and reviews on them. They're horrible. Why they even in business and they don't know how to talk to people? Like all that. But he can do that to them the same day in the same live. Something wrong. Thank you so much, Robert Van Leer. I really appreciate you, friend. Appreciate you for blessing me. Happy holidays to you as well. Okay, so we got that. Then we move on to the next grift. This is Crook's newest grift. Oh, let me close out this poll. What's this poll about? Have you heard Crooks call himself a sissy or an F word? 68% of you have, 33% of you have not. For the 33% of you or who have not, know that we are not lying. He has done it multiple times. You may have just not caught it. Maybe you don't even follow him like that. He's done it. But anytime somebody uses it against him, I can't believe, oh my God, they're calling me gay. Oh my God, they're homophobic. Oh, I shouldn't have to deal with this. Like all that. All that. Ridiculous. Oh, and they buy into it because a lot of them are uninformed, blind on purpose. Oh my God, I can't believe I'm sorry. Oh my God, I can't believe they doing that to your master. They just yelling because of your perfectness and you're rich. Craziness. That level of stupidity should be outlawed. Should be against the law. It should be. We should be able to have them all arrested, rounded up, petty wagons everywhere. Get bus loads of them, just truck them to penitentiaries. Okay, so the most recent grift. Oh, I keep forgetting some of y'all can't see these questions. Next poll question is, have you heard of Crook's next venture / grift, the kitchen comeback? So Darius Crooks, there was I forgot to pull that in. Don't worry about it. We're going to do a deep dive. This is going to be a long saga. Trust me. We just getting started with this one as far as observing the chaos that will ensue from it. I'm excited about this one. It's almost like when the Color Purple trailer came out for the new version. And I was like, oh, I can't wait till Christmas to see how this turns out. I'm going to see it on Christmas Day too. But that's how I felt about this when this started to unfold. I said, oh, here's the new grift. This one gonna be interesting because it's gonna be exposing him more at the same time. She don't know. You know, she's a narcissist. She's a sociopath. She don't really see everything. So this lady, Chantel, who's a restaurant owner of a restaurant in Sanford, Florida, if I'm not mistaken. She's been in business many years. The restaurant's been around over 20 years. She's been having financial issues on and off, it seemed like, but most recently, and she says it's attributed to the pandemic, etc. Owes the city $50K. I'm going to play a little bit of that clip, etc. So long story short, she decides I think Crooks did review her restaurant. Some of y'all can let me know for sure in the chat. But I think Crooks did review her restaurant. She decides to reach out to him via DMs, asking him if he could either loan her money. I think she even said the amount. I can't remember. But if he could loan her money or do something to basically help her get more business so that she could pay off these debts that is owed on her restaurant. Darius Crooks posted that to all his platforms, the message. However, he blocked out her name and said that he wasn't going to expose who the person was. But he put it out there as, what should I do? Again, for clicks and views. Don't have nothing to do with this lady and her life and, the hard time she's facing, et cetera, et cetera. It's about how can I get exposure? How can I profit off of this? That's what his heart goes to. How can I profit off of this? So turn around within hours or the next day or so. He's now putting the lady's name out there. He says he has, he got this thing, the kitchen comeback. It's with Chantel's, Justin Till, I think is the name of her restaurant. And he's been talking about this almost every day on his IG lives. So here's a clip of, I forgot. Some of these I didn't label either, I don't think. Hold on, y'all. Oh, here it is. Good. Found it quick. So here's him on his IG live talking about it. And you get to see the angle he's coming from with this. Now, mind you, she's reached out to him to help her save her business. This is how he's coming at it.
I got the footage from today. I got the footage from today. Hold on, let's see. Let me put it up real fast. Hold on. It's our conversation. We was talking, we gonna do a documentary. You heard it here first. Hold on. Okay, let me see. Hold on, let me see. Where is it? I think this right here. Yeah, it's right here. A-roll. Let's go. Interview segment. Is this it? What's this? Your face looks great.
I ain't put my lipstick on.
You need a sweater? You gonna be all right out here?
I'm gonna be all right.
You sure?
Listen, I'm hot-blooded. Hot-blooded? Yeah, I'm good.
Okay. All right. You on? All right, conversation time. Let's see what time we got. It is 1. Let me go to this one, because that one go. This is where if we finish up. Beacon of light in this community. I was asking you how you felt about where you are in business. You were saying you were a beacon of light in this community. That's why I stopped you.
It's important that we stay because we feel like we are a beacon, certainly amongst the Black community, and having a stance here. A lot of places in America have been gentrified, and to keep it hold down. It's our 11th year, and it's work.
That's Crooks crumpling bags and eating. So y'all know how he roll. He always stuffing his face and getting poo-poo stains all on the bed sheets. So that's what he's doing in the background. That's not me. I'm just sitting here still watching like y'all.
And it's work. It's truly work. And it's work I'm excited to do that if it wasn't my purpose, I'd been stopped long ago.
So I guess the bigger question here is why am I here? I want to understand where the issues are and why I'm sitting here. Why you feel like I'm sitting here.
Okay. So I'll tell you about the morning. About maybe a couple of weeks ago, prior to me writing you, something said, man, I just seen one of your reviews and the people, how they were giving you, some were giving you static and some were right on as to what you're doing and giving you praise. And I said, man, if I got something like that, maybe I could ask. And I said, and I went on by my day.
So you saw the review and you saw whatever I said on the review, and that prompted you to reach out to me.
Right. Because although you were, people were engaged, people were talking, And I said, man, if I can get just some people talking, some engagement, you know, because it's something here I'm not doing. Right. I'm not purveying over to the masses. And I was shown to ask you then, but something said, nah, he's busy. So I went on about my day and a few weeks. And then I woke up one Saturday morning. It was maybe a Monday morning. And I said, hey, let me just put it out there. And I put it out there. I say, I need your help. If you're able to help me by, at the minimum, getting some engagement, you know, please come down and critique my restaurant again.
Yeah, you said that in the text,
You know, and if not, maybe a gift or even a loan. You know, I'm at a place that I don't want to go. I can't go.
Why? Where are you? Like, where? When you say you're at a place you don't want to go, what does that mean?
So the city of Sanford is, you know, we have I got a couple lawyers on with a foreclosure. The city of Sanford's trying to go against me illegally because they say I didn't have permission to have my chairs and tables outside. Okay. And they said it was another violation. They said I violated. I never was told about it in writing. I was only given the foreclosure. And then once I got I'm foreclosed, I said, well, I never knew about it.
When you say foreclosed, it's not like real estate foreclosed.
Yeah. This is...
Okay, so let's make sure I get this right. You have a mortgage on the building?
No.
No mortgage on the building?
Right.
So how are you foreclosed?
They said I got $63,000 in fines that I knew nothing about, that I knew it was accumulating, and I never got anything in writing for the last 2 years. Okay. In fact, I got all my tax receipts, my sidewalk cafe, everything I wanted, I got. And yet I get oh no, you're in violation, we're foreclosing on you. How are you foreclosing on me for what? And they said, oh, well, you'll see. And so when I got the paperwork, something unbeknownst, I was like, well, wait a minute. So, of course, I got to get first I get an attorney for my foreclosure. Right. But the foreclosure attorney can't handle the discrimination suit. Right. He said, but Chantel, we'll handle this. And so right now we're in the middle where the argument is, hey, she was never notified in writing. She's never even told over the phone, no emails. So this should just be dismissed. And the city's position is like, oh, well, we're not worried about her fixing it anymore. We just want the money. He says, well, if she didn't know about the problem and if it's already fixed, why are you not concerned about it being fixed anymore? We never knew about it. That's the case.
Are there no advocates for small business in the city?
Oh, no, this city ain't that big. This is Sanford, Florida, Trayvon Martin. Okay, so, well, no, you just pay an attorney, which was difficult for me to pay.
Yeah, because it's pricey.
Right.
I know a thing or two about lawsuits. So it's expensive.
Very. Yeah. And so that takes me.
Did y'all catch? I know a thing or two about lawsuits. It's expensive. Yeah, you've been through a few of them, and they ain't done with you.
Friday, matter of fact, this Friday we meet with a discrimination attorney. You know. So you got an uphill battle that you're fighting against. And still trying to do the service I need to do here.
Yeah, it's got to be difficult.
Oh, yeah, and I ain't gonna quit for sure. Yeah. But just asking and truly was asking God for how do I go about it.
How are you maintaining, or are you even maintaining a positive attitude about this? Because you seem to be well composed.
Always.
So at night when you're
Crooks really thinks she is having her Oprah Gayle moment. The fakeness that I see when he is in interviewer mode is cringy because it's so inauthentic. But I don't think most people see it, but it's so inauthentic. It's like you don't care about nobody but yourself. It's very robotic the way he asks his questions.
By yourself. And there's nobody to entertain, there's no employees to deal with, and it's just you got a moment to yourself. About all of this, what goes through your mind?
What I need to do, what am I not doing? That's what's on my mind. And, I'll come in here and sit in here, do karaoke with myself, something, and somebody or someone will walk through the door or say something to let me know, keep going.
So you're holding on.
Oh, yeah.
You have this faith.
I know it's coming.
Where does it come from?
10 children, birthing 10 children.
Makes sense.
Yeah.
Makes sense. Yeah. What do you want to see happen personally from this and then sort of professionally from this? Like, what's in your mind
What's the outcome you want to see?
To be able to keep the 14 employees I have and be able to pay them a decent wage so they can not necessarily have to have 3 jobs, but keep, because once we do develop the talent of getting them straight and know what to do, most of all of our guests, all of my team members are from local. Some of them ain't even been out of the zip code in 15 years, you know, so it's a small town mentality. I guess my goal is to be here during 2058. We've been here since 1958. This building is to have that in 2058, and I guess, Dan, I thought I prepared for this question.
No,
but I guess
no, you're good. You're good.
Yeah.
What are customers saying? Like,
For the most part.
What feedback do you get?
Everyone that's seen when I'm here, you know, I would love for it to run. Like Ronald McDonald ain't got Ronald there. I want it to run without necessarily Chantel.
Okay, I hear that.
You know, sometimes I've ridden my motorcycle and I'm away from here for maybe 40 days at a time. And so I'm always looking at the reviews. I'm always trying to tidy up. However, it gets lost, you know. And when I started 11 years ago, I was here every day. So, of course, everyone says, oh, it's not the same when you're there.
Right. I get that.
And I'm like, yeah, but if I'm here, I can't make other money.
Do you know how to fix that issue, that problem of it running without you being here?
I really want y'all to make a mental note of this question to him. I mean, this question that Crooks is asking her about if she knows how to keep her business running right, even when she's not there. Because what we're getting into after this story is how his businesses ran while he wasn't there. Because he about to now with no track record of being able to do it himself, he's about to teach her how to keep her restaurant running while she's away. When has he kept a restaurant running well while he was away? Now he'll lie and tell us that it was the 3 he had open. Well, we got evidence that says otherwise.
You're there.
Right. I get that.
And I'm like, yeah, but if I'm here, I can't make other money.
Do you know how to fix that issue, that problem of it running without you being here? For maybe 4 months at a time, and then it go haywire. Got it.
So I don't know how to keep it that way.
Got it. Answer this question for me. I would like help in...
I would like help in how to keep and be more consistent and staying so, and giving people an enjoyable time and an enjoyable dinner and dining experience.
Got it. If you had to...
All right, that's enough of that. I don't like to hear her voice that long, y'all. It's torture. Let me do a few. Wait, let me think. What I'm gonna do first. Let me close out this poll first. Have you heard of Crook's next venture, the kitchen comeback Grift? 44% of you had, 56% of you have not. Stay tuned, y'all. This is gonna be good. It's gonna be good. Because the thing is, he's plotting on her right now. If he can, he'll plot on more. This looks like the Grift, where the direction his Grift is taking. Yeah, I'll wait on the comments. Let me finish my points, and then, because we're almost done with this segment. So then he's out there tweeting, posting that in addition to what we just watched, now he's saying, anybody near Orlando, Florida with a food truck I can rent for January 24th through the 27th. So now he's trying to have a food truck in addition to, I don't think I quite explained the situation. So what he's supposed to do with the kitchen comeback is he's now going to take her restaurant and supposedly revamp her restaurant so that it's more appealing to people, and she'll make so much money that it's going to get her out of debt and turn her whole restaurant around, her whole business around. From what I'm hearing, it ain't that her food was bad, it's that she's not getting the foot traffic. So it don't sound like her menu was the issue. But Crooks don't care about that because she don't know how to really run a restaurant no way. That's all she really know. So now Crooks has created a whole new menu. We'll get into that one. Again, this ain't going nowhere. This kitchen comeback thing about to be this the next Grift. So this is gonna be his whole other series by itself. He has been online the past week talking about the menu he came up with. It's mango chow chow, you name it, Caribbean, this, that, or that. So he done created a whole new menu, ignoring everything she got on her menu, basically, and creating a whole new menu. He's now going to be having his flunky, Corey Brime, who is a social media bartender. He's going to be flying in to be the bartender. Darius Crooks said he's bringing in all his own cooks to cook for the event. It's a 3-day event. Darius Crooks has a did I put it up? Oh, I ain't even pull that in. Why I ain't pull that in? Of all things, he created a flyer. Hold on, let me pull that in. He has a flyer for the kitchen comeback, and the flyer is announcing that here it is. Should I do a screen share? I'm gonna just do a screen share, make it easier. Do a screen share. Here's the flyer for the kitchen comeback. It's got him pictured, and then her on the side, and then he got Darius and Chantel Williams reservations required. And then he created a whole website, thekitchencomeback.com. Now this woman is asking for him to save her restaurant, Chantel's Just Until. Why the are you renaming? You done created a whole brand that ain't got nothing to do with her restaurant, Chantel's Just Until. It should have on here Chantel's Just Until Comeback or something. But it ain't about her. Why is your picture first? If this is about her revamping her restaurant. Then on top of that, people are saying, because I haven't been over there, but people are saying when you go to the kitchencomeback.com website, it actually takes you to his website for his products. It feeds people in, and he had posted for people who were interested because the online reservations ain't open yet. So he was like, if you're interested and you want to get on the email list, hit me up and sign up for the email list. Well, and it's on here on this flyer. Sign up for our emails. Our emails? This is supposed to be a 3-day event. Why do you need an email roster? He building a business off this woman's pain. That part ain't funny. What's funny is that she ain't seeing it, and these flying monkeys don't see it. That's the part that's hilarious to me. They are so... Uncle Ruckus is at it, y'all. So Uncle Ruckus, aka Darius Crooks, has also gone on his IG Live. Again, we're gonna be doing some deep diving, so I'll be showing all those clips and stuff when we get to that piece. It was too much to put in tonight's show because we still got a bit left. Got about an hour left. Hoping it's getting late for some of y'all. We got about an hour left because I got some more stuff. So he went on his IG Lives, said that I told y'all he's bringing in his own cooks. I thought this was supposed to be sustainable for her. For one, you've recreated her whole menu, and he's adding a bunch of stuff that is not like restaurant, not like that style of restaurants kind of menu. It's something like that'll work okay for his dining with diarrhea events, where it's like one-off kind of meals, but not like people coming in, ordering this, but ordering that, but not ordering this and ordering that. It ain't gonna work for that. It's just not. It's just not. So bringing his own cooks, bringing his own bartender. He also said, now I heard this before all the stuff I just told y'all. He is bringing in his own POS system, y'all. That's point of sale for some of y'all who don't know. What that means, for those of you who still don't know what that even means, he bringing in his own cash registers. He is bringing in his own cash register system. All the money that comes from this event is not coming to her. It's coming to him. He said, he claims that he's buying all of the food. He also claimed that he's only working the back of the house, which means the kitchen, that he ain't working the front of the house. If you're trying to improve a restaurant, that would be front and back of the house. That's how that works. What he on though. So he claims, so I already know how he operates. Well, that was another reason we included, well, the Danny Rose thing tied into the KevOnStage story, but also ties into this, where we are once again, we are actually about to see him take advantage of another Black woman's business. He's known for this. Danni wasn't the first. She wasn't the last. Chantel ain't going to be the last. She most recent. She ain't going to be the last. She could still get out of this, but I saw some of y'all comments. She desperate. Desperate people make bad decisions. She think that everybody, like she said, I hear people, with your reviews, I heard people, some people coming for you, but some people riding for what you talking about, and I thought it'd be good exposure. Sweetie, this is way bigger than exposure. You've exposed yourself to a predator. And you let him come in there with his own. This is like cut this off at the head. Don't even attempt to try to, okay, well, I'm going to just try to get him to agree to use my own cash register system. That'll fix it, because then I know what's coming in. No, she's a snake. And she as an Uncle Ruckus right here. Well, that Uncle Ruckus. Snake. It ain't no way. She's going to always look for another way around. She'll agree to anything. Just about. But then she's always going to be doing something underhanded. I've experienced it. We'll talk about it. I've been pulling that timeline together for the lunch machine too. Y'all ain't ready. Y'all ain't ready. So he's bringing in his own cash register system. She ain't going to see none of that money. What he's going to end up telling her, I keep saying it's going to be one of three things. He's either going to say they broke even. There's no profits to share with her, that he lost money. He's either going to say she owes him more money, so he's going to give her pennies of what maybe was actually earned. With him being in charge of the POS system, she'll never see. She won't know. He's going to make up numbers. He did it with my business with him. Completely made up numbers. Gave himself a salary that no one agreed to. What? How you get yourself a $75,000 salary? And we ain't even agree to that. And in our bylaws and in our contract, it specifically states that none of those type of financial decisions can be made without the business partners agreeing. He gonna do that same ish to her. I'm hearing some of y'all like, somebody need to tell her, I hope she see your video. She's been warned. Not by me. People, trust me. People reached out. She think we just jealous or something. I don't know. So another thing, one of our executive people, Bridget, reached out to me today and pointed out that with that food truck post that he put out, she was like, it occurred to me where he got that concept from. Gordon Ramsay. Gordon Ramsay, y'all know him. I ain't got to explain who he is. Famous chef. Restaurants. He has his show where he turns restaurants around. He just don't plot on them like Darius Crooks is going to be doing. And he also has a food truck, and he'll pull his food trucks up to the restaurants so he has a bigger kitchen. So he has more space to be able to, keep up with the orders, et cetera, et cetera. Darius Crooks, and also they can do takeouts and all that. So Darius Crooks is going to also be doing that. Now, Chantel is probably like, oh, we're going to have more space. She might not even know what he's doing with the food truck. Besides copying off of Gordon Ramsay, besides copying, he's going to be making more revenue off of this that she won't be able to account for. Now, the thing is, if this was about her, you wouldn't make this a local thing. Instead, he got his flying monkeys. Master, we want to come see you. When can we make our reservations? So basically, what he has now done, I'm like, you got to give him credit. He's definitely a snake oil salesman. He's slick. But remember, he just retired the Dining with Darius Crooks events. He retired them because the sales weren't the same anymore. He had many unsold cities, although he will lie constantly and say it was all a sold out tour. He says it like that, no problem. And I had a sold out tour. No, you're lying, son of a. We got plenty of proof where he would post and be like, 35 seats in Cleveland, 29 seats in Detroit, 12 seats in Chicago. Y'all, please, if y'all want to join. Basically. That ain't sold out, buddy. That's not what you call sold out. And this was a year after the original ticket sales when he claimed he made all these millions of dollars within a weekend with these fake screenshots showing us on the screen. There's a lot of be lying. And they buy it, they eat it up. But then ignore the fact that they seeing him post all these cities that's not sold out and canceling other ones behind the scenes where you got people in the chat like, hey, you canceled on us the other day. When we gonna get our refunds? What? And then him in other places like, why is he on vacation? He has a Dining with Darius event tonight that he ain't mentioned no more because it didn't get sold out. So he's retiring from that, I think they're over now, I don't know. Retired from the Dining with Diarrhea events. But now, and on top of that, he was having issues with all these Airbnbs. Y'all know the regulations. With a lot of these Airbnbs, you can't do parties no more. People was calling, police department, health department on him, all that kind of stuff. So now the new grift is, I'm going to, instead of using Airbnbs, I'm going to use these people's restaurants to do these events. That's called the Kitchen Comeback. It ain't going to be named after their restaurant to promote their restaurant. It's going to be named the Kitchen Comeback because that's my new brand. That's Uncle Ruckus's new brand. Sassy Ruckus. Sassy Ruckus. That's her new brand. So she's going to go from restaurant to restaurant with them thinking that it's about them and helping them improve their sales, when what Darius gets, Crooks, is a free space that's already approved by the health inspector, health departments in whatever municipality. He'll hem it up for, those however many days, bring his own POS system. So he ain't got to share none of the revenue with them, make up any amounts in the end for them to get or not to get. And then have the hags. Yeah, master, we got somewhere else we can go to see you. Have them in those people's restaurants, turning them tables over, still making money off of them, the hags. But now he ain't got to rent no Airbnb space. That cost is gone because these people going to allow him to get in their restaurants and do this stuff for free, thinking he helping them, when in all, he's helping himself. They're going to be excited because they may, in fact, get patrons. It may be busy that weekend he's there from the flying monkeys. They're going to come. They're going to travel from city to city, states to state, like they did for the Dining with Darius Crooks events. They'll patronize. The problem is, for the sustainability of your restaurant, which is what your goal is, most of them, if not none of them, live in your city. They won't be back. They're coming for a fan club party that you're leasing your space out for free. He's going to be using your appliances, your electricity, your water. Your bill's going to go up that weekend probably. And what he going to be doing? He going to be gone. Somebody asked him if, for this particular situation with Chantel's Justin Till, first victim, asked him, is the menu sustainable that you creating for her? He was like, yeah, it should be sustainable, but that ain't really my problem. I'm just there till the 28th. After that, whatever happened after that ain't on me. But if I was here as a person who understands business and I'm helping you raise your business, take it to the next level, be sustainable and all of that, your success or lack thereof is on me to a degree because it should be proving my track record. It should be saying, wow, Vale's so good at what he does in helping restaurants that Chantel's Justin Till has been good ever since he left there. Not as soon as he left that next week, it was dead again. It was like he had never come. Y'all, this is... Right, he's serving that plastic tub of sangria, right? I need to pull that up too. Let me pull that up. I showed our Patreon executive people this last night. Hold on, where am I at? Now, let me keep this one over here. What we got? Kool-Aid Sangria, right? That's the name of it. Kool-Aid. This is what y'all talking about? Where is it? Let me share. This is off topic. Y'all love to get me off topic. But not really. Because this is the quality that we're talking about. Let me move Uncle Ruckus. This ain't me. This ain't no random nothing I done pulled up. This is from one of Darius Dining with Diarrhea's event, one of his events. This is what they used to put, well, they still put it in. The Kool-Aid Sangria. This is what they put it in. I ain't done. Y'all know I've been telling y'all for months. I got other pictures of it, them dipping their hands in it and all that. The flying monkeys dipping their hands in it. Oh, that's somebody took some home, I think. This is them during the Tupperware shuffle at the end of the meal where they all, like animals, like cattle, go through troughs of the food, the leftover from all the tables get scraped together. They walk around a table and a counter and scoop out their their doggy bag portions. These hags were dipping their hands in the container to fill up their containers with the juice. Her arm is just hanging over the container. For one, why is it in these containers are not food containers? You know, there are different kind of containers for food versus what we use for storage. These are storage containers for your clothes. You shouldn't be putting food in there. That ain't it. Somebody got a close-up. Now, this was on a live stream. Somebody was recording this and was like, I can't believe this. And these hags live streaming this like ain't nothing wrong with it. They don't even know. Somebody done dipped their hand up in it. It's dripping off a hand. Y'all see that? Can y'all see? Y'all see that? Can I enlarge that more? I don't think I can enlarge it no more. Then dip their whole knuckles wet. Then dip the whole knuckle of the hand down in that slop punch. Disgusting. But that's their quality. And they will repeatedly say this was fine dining. They call this fine dining, y'all. Fine dining. All right, let's get back to it. Oh, let me pull this off. I told y'all my new system coming together. This is me just showing y'all little samples of stuff I got over here. Let me get back to my notes. Next poll question. About to come up now. Do you think, or do you believe that Darius Crooks is only starting the kitchen comeback for himself? Do you think he's only starting it for himself? Or do you believe he's actually doing this to help Black businesses that are in need? Because this is the new grift. We're about to hear more of these. Did I pull this in? This was one person's comment about the whole situation, person who's from there. They said, "Wep, I couldn't hold this in. Look at what Chantel's got to do to get you niggas in the door. You niggas love an out-of-towner. Y'all ain't F with Chantel before and ain't gonna support her after bruh gone. Hell, ish. Probably another scam anyway. But gonna send your money to an out-of-town nig as usual. Darius Crooks. Support local businesses." And this was a response that someone had to Darius Crooks. Says, "Just 24 hours. Due to this popular demand, we have added a third dinner service. It's an entire weekend now. If you want to get more info, sign up at the kitchencomeback.com. If you're already on my list, you're good. I'll email you the reservation link and menu on January 1st. Y'all, we finna change some lives." The only lives he's changing is his. And the flying monkeys are gonna be like, "Oh, I get to see you more places, NASA." Oh, they getting that email. I see Hey You there saying they ain't gonna even get that email. Oh, they getting that email. He trying to get their money. They definitely getting that email. Question is if Chantel's gonna wake her ass up before then and cancel this. But she desperate. She ain't gonna cancel it. This just be more content for us. Then you got somebody. This is just showing how he treats his people. Somebody responds under the post with a flyer about the situation, the kitchen comeback. They say, "Where is the link?" Darius Crooks then responds, "If you don't read that caption with your damn finger," then his flying monkeys, "Oh my effing God," screaming. Then hollered. Then another one, "That made my day." They love the toxicity. That's what some people like. I don't see why they follow him. Why they bother with him? They are just as toxic. I keep telling y'all know y'all got them trifling aunties, cousins, co-workers. Those are his followers. Those toxic ass people that we don't like, who we run into, that be trying to in our lives or used to be in our lives. Those are his followers. Imagine the worst person you know. They likely follow Darius Crooks. Now, I ain't saying every last person that follow him is toxic. Some of them blind as F. Some of them just naive as F. Some of them delusional as F. Some of them just randomly just hit the follow button on anybody and don't pay no attention to who they follow. So it's a mixture of people. I ain't saying everybody is toxic. Just the majority of them. Just the majority. Closing out this poll, we're moving into our last. Pretty much this last. Well, the last two is two. Jesus. I be trying to make these lives shorter, but then I don't go live enough, and then there's so much to cover, and then I could have just stopped it there, but I gotta cover this other piece. Do you believe that Crooks is only starting the kitchen comeback for himself? 96% of you say yes. 4% of you finger slip. You're delusional as hell, or you're flying monkey. One or the other. Either way, I love y'all too. I love my flying monkeys too, though. I love y'all. Y'all just the cutest. Yeah, little flying monkey. I want a little flying monkey. Yeah. I love y'all. Y'all make my day sometimes. Okay, so next poll question. Have you heard Darius Crooks say, explore with your emojis. Have you heard Darius Crooks say that the state of Georgia did not take his ATL restaurant, it's specifically Soul Crab Atlanta rather. Have you heard, there's a typo in there. Have you heard Darius Crooks say that the state of Georgia did not take his restaurants? Multiple times have you heard Darius Crooks say that the state of Georgia, they didn't take my restaurant. If y'all don't stop saying that, I did it for my mental health. My restaurants were multi-million-dollar earning businesses running with perfection. However, my mental health made me close them all on the same day with no warning to my employees or anyone else, vendors or anybody, landlords or anybody. It was only because of my mental health. I wish I had something. It's only because of my mental health. It's only because of my mental health. Trying to hypnotize y'all. He like, if I say it enough, you'll believe it, right? Do you believe it now? What about now? I can't believe it because I already know the truth. So anyway, so here's a bit of a timeline. Today, finally, I mean, he's been on a rampage trying to make it like we just making this ish up. And he did it just recently, a couple of weeks ago. And I was just like, I just don't always be in the mood to be digging up these receipts and coming on here and talking about it. I had to do this stuff in spurts. Today, I'm in the mood. I'm in the mood. Let's go ahead and shut this stuck queen down with this one. Y'all go ahead and share it like. I am going to clip this down. I got some other stuff I got to clip down too, to some reels and stuff. This is going to be clipped down to a reel. So if she want to lie about it, we got the reels out here. She going to lie about it. She going to twist the facts. Anyway, on August, because we're doing timelines now, y'all. August 20th of 2018, Soul Crab Atlanta business was formed through the state of Georgia, the Secretary of State in Georgia. Fast forward to February of 2012. February 12th of 2020, we had him close Soul Crab Atlanta, Greens and Gravy, and Soul Crab Atlanta. No warning, like a thief in the night. They was just gone. Employees show up to work, and there's nothing there but what they call them? Lock boxes. Lock boxes. Play this little clip for you because I want y'all to remember as I go through this, Darius Crooks claims state of Georgia had nothing to do with the closing of his businesses. Nothing. He chose to do it. That's it. Some of y'all have seen this. Oh, shoot. It's saying I got too many videos. I thought I was deleting as I went. Hold on. I was deleting as I went. Okay, give me a second. I pull it in again. Then I'm going to do a poll question if y'all have seen this because this is about 2 minutes long. Oh, it's 3 minutes long. No, it ain't. Yeah, it's 3 minutes long. Okay.
Atlanta chef says his decision to suddenly shut down his restaurants has nothing to do with the trouble he's facing involving another business. Channel 2's investigative reporter Nicole Carr is live in College Park. And Nicole, the chef told his social media followers that this is all about his mental health.
Right, and Tabitha, we know he hasn't shied away from talking about that, especially in recent weeks when he says it all took a turn right before he shut down these 3 restaurants. But state records give us a glimpse into what was happening with this particular restaurant, Soul Crab Atlanta.
So I am going to stop and start because this is a very old clip. This is from 2021. No, I'm sorry, 2020 rather. This is from 2020. This is when the restaurants closed. You see the news saying that, yes, he closed all them restaurants, but the state records also show that there's issues with that specific location. That would be Soul Crab Atlanta, because I know it was 3 of them. I don't want y'all to get confused. Soul Crab Atlanta had issues with the state of Georgia. They just said it. Not Vail, but the media. But Vail gonna back it up with the receipts in a minute. Give me time.
Crab Atlanta over the summer, as well as another business the state said Soul Crab Atlanta, 3 restaurants. But state records give us a glimpse into what was happening with this particular restaurant, Soul Crab Atlanta, over the summer, as well as another business the state says he was operating illegally.
Draw your own conclusions. Take what you want. I think people are saying, oh, because of the, you just got sued that, now there's an oppression. But this investigation and situation has been going on since the summer of last year.
Darius Williams posted a nearly 20-minute Facebook video to fans Tuesday morning. The Atlanta entrepreneur telling them about his path to better mental health and denying his trouble with the state is tied to this, the sudden closure of his 2 Atlanta restaurants and Chicago establishment this week.
I wrote the check in December, so I don't really understand how one has to do with the other. And, it is what it is.
Williams is referring to his $145,000 settlement with the state, which has accused him of operating an illegal credit repair business where he accepted money before providing services or misled customers about how he could actually help them.
I see, who is that? Southern Belle comment. Why does he have med bottles on display? Yes, this is the theatrics of it all. Again, a lot of people overlook this, and I'm glad you noticed this. Southern Belle. It's the theatrics. So he started that line. I have that one too. We'll visit that one day. He has the articles of incorporations for his multiple businesses he had at the time. Don't mean they were successful. Anybody can have those. I got them for businesses I never even really started. Like you get your, articles of incorporation, all that stuff. Get it incorporated and get your EIN. And sometimes whatever, when you're a serial entrepreneur, that means nothing to me. That just means you went through the process of getting something incorporated. And it ain't even that complicated. So he did that because that's supposed to say, look here at these stacks of binders of businesses I own. I'm successful. I'm rich. I don't need those little funky restaurants. They're just all behind me. My mental health was more important. I'm so rich that they're insignificant to me. I don't need them. However, just to prove that I have mental health issues, I'm going to put random pill bottles on top of here. This could have been vitamin D. It could have been vitamin D deficient and your doctor gave you a prescription. I know because I get them from time to time. Because my vitamin D deficiency. I get prescription vitamin D from time to time. I could put that here as well. I got vitamins right here. Let me prop my vitamins. Let me turn the labels around so y'all can't tell. This is because of my mental health. Because of my mental health from the flying monkeys, I have not been on here on live. I mean, you can make up anything. Put some pill bottles there. So yes, that's what that was for. Theatrics.
He still operates legally in other states in response to complaints saying some clients may have further damaged their own credit after he signed them on.
I don't want to go into people's personal stuff because, I'm bound to confidentiality, but that's typically what happens.
State records show both the credit repair business and one of the restaurants, Soul Crab ATL, lost its business licensing with the state last summer because of financial and compliance issues.
Did y'all hear that? Now, Darius Crooks will tell you, and he even says it in this live, that IG live from way back, that IG live from way back in 2020. He's sitting there lying, talking about it was his mental health, and it had nothing to do with his restaurants, the state, and the state ain't closed his restaurant. You got the news. The news don't just be reporting random stuff. They got a whole staff that investigates before they start speaking on stuff. But he'll still to this day lie and say everybody lying, they misunderstanding. It ain't true.
That's typically what happens.
State records show both the credit repair business and one of the restaurants, Soul Crab ATL, lost its business licensing with the state last summer because of financial and compliance issues. Williams doesn't address the restaurant's record, but says the state judgment and restaurant closures are unrelated and denies financial problems.
All right, cool. It's $145,000 I got to write, and this is off my back. No big deal. Give me the checkbook.
I used to work here. I thought the food was great.
That's another thing. I ain't gonna go into it in this live, but he lied about paying his $145,000 in one check. He claimed that he paid it off. No, he had a payment plan with the state of Georgia. I have it here in the consent judgment, 18 pages, and it actually breaks down his payment plan. Payment plan.
I mean, really, I thought the food was great. I didn't know they was closed it down.
Staple of the community, been here for a while, and just shocked.
Money is not an issue for him, but his mental health is. And I'm sad to see him go, but I'm delighted that he's taking care of his inner being.
That's a flying monkey. If you ain't never seen one, that's what they look like in person. Flying monkey. That's the kind of conversation, the kind of comments they make. He's very successful and rich. He ain't got, I'm more concerned for his mental health. Girl, what you know about his financial besides what he tells you?
Been here for a while, just shocked.
Money is not an issue for him.
Money is not an issue for him. That is a flying monkey comment, if I've ever seen one. That's from their, that's in their handbook, Flying Monkey Handbook. Always first say money's not an issue for him. Always go to, you just jealous because you ain't got as much money as him. Let me see your wallet. I bet he won't see you at the bank. All those. They got a whole list of them. It's the first chapter. First chapter is about trying to prove how rich he is.
I'm just shocked.
Money is not an issue for him.
Money is not an issue for him. Okay, let me get off here. That wasn't even my point. Anyway, so the news said it, but people wanted to, gloss over that. Let me see how many of y'all actually. This is interesting though. Poll question is, have you seen the news clip before? It's 50-50 basically. 50% of y'all have never seen it. This is how he's able to continue with his lie, his narrative, and people buy into it because there's no other information out there. And people ain't looking at no 3-year-old news clip basically at this point. I get it. That's why I'm here. So what they showed us in that clip, I ran across over the weekend and I said, okay, yeah, it's time for me to go ahead and talk about this. This document that you see here is the official document from the state of Georgia, Secretary of State, regarding Soul Crab Atlanta, Inc. It says Certificate of Administrative Dissolution / Revocation. That means they snatching it. That means that the state of Georgia was like, yeah, that business license you got over there for Soul Crab Atlanta, we need that from you.
Thank you.
And so they snatched.
Thank you.
Says, then this was on August 26th of 2019. Now, some of you might question, yeah, but Vale, the businesses didn't close till February 12th of 2020. Well, that's what happens when somebody continues to illegally run their business when the state is like,
thank you.
And then he like, oh, but y'all ain't come here to push me out. Y'all ain't evicted me. Ain't nobody outside. Ain't no police outside the door. Keep running this place. I gotta make this money to pay this to pay this fine. So some people may wonder, okay, so why would he lose the business license for Soul Crab Atlanta and yet not for Greens and Gravy? Because that was also in the state of Georgia. Soul Crab Chicago is in Chicago. That's in Illinois, so that's different. We can say, okay, the state of Georgia has no power, state power over there in Illinois, so that would make sense. The reason why, here's the reason why they snatched the business license for Soul Crab, and pay attention. I'll say this. I was going to say, I'm only going to say this once. That's a lie. I'm going to keep saying this because it takes a while. I've learned that I have to be repetitive with this stuff. I've learned that. The reason he lost his business license for Soul Crab Atlanta and the business license for Above 701 is because he was running, well, at least on paper, he used the address of Soul Crab Atlanta for the illegal credit repair company Above 701. They shared the same address. And because Above 701 was an illegal company, a fraud, a scam in the state of Georgia, they said, give us not only your Above 701 license, but they also said, you're running another business out of that address, aka Soul Crab Atlanta. We gonna need that license from you too. That is how he lost. So when we say that he lost, that the state of Georgia took his business license and basically took Soul Crab Atlanta, it's true. He could not run the business. Now, they took it again, December 26th of 2019, they snatched his license. Now, that's not the same as the business license in the municipality. It's the state incorporation. But that attaches to all kind of, that attaches to your vendors, that's your legal coverage, like all kind of stuff. So when they take that, you can't even have, like, let's say a municipality won't even approve your business license without your state incorporation. Like, they all tie together. So you lose that state incorporation, all the dominoes start to fall, blah, 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 blah. And even if you can get away with it for a while, which he did, eventually, whether it's vendors, whether it's like even your POS systems, your point of service systems, they require that documentation. I've run multiple businesses. I know these things. They require those documentations. You have to re-up your licenses and stuff, and they'll check on that to make sure you got the most recent version. He may have been able to get away with it for a while, but at a point, he has to re-up with something. And they like, give us your updated articles of incorporation. He can't get one because they ain't giving him a new one because the old one was snatched. So did he lose Soul Crab Atlanta to the state of Georgia? Did they take that business? Absolutely. Absolutely. He will lie and lie again and lie some more. But here's the document. And you ain't got to be here on my channel to see it. Google the goddamn thing. Go to the state of Georgia, Secretary of State. Look up Soul Crab Atlanta Inc. You'll pull up this information. That's all I'm here to tell you. I ain't got a lot to kick it. The truth resides over here. Truth is, he's an Uncle Ruckus. One and the same. One and the same. Okay, so moving on. So, okay, we got that piece. We've established, we're clear now. State of Georgia took his business license. Another poll question for y'all. Because I just, he just said like a week or two ago. And I was rushing trying to get this stuff. I ain't had time to dig to be pulling that for y'all to see him literally blatantly lie and say the state of Georgia didn't take his business weeks ago. I'm tired of hearing y'all say that. Y'all keep saying it because the truth bothers him. I just went to see the Wiz a couple weeks ago. And you know, Eveline, the Wicked Witch, you know, water was her come think of it, water is his kryptonite too. Water, it's like the truth for him. Truth makes him shrink. Stop telling the truth. It bothers him. Poll question I just put there for those of you who can't read it. Do you believe that Darius Crooks is a pathological liar? Do you believe that Darius Crooks is a pathological liar? Prior to, but even especially after I just went over what I went over. Do you believe that he is a pathological liar and the truth ain't in him? Truth ain't in him. We'll do more on the Soul Crab. Because that was the other piece I was going to say. I got a little timeline, but we don't need to read that. Main thing is, it got snatched by the state. We got proof. You got it now. The other thing people were saying is that even without the issue with the state of Georgia from him running the illegal scamming above 701 credit repair out of there, he likes to, again, pathological liar. He rewrites the narrative with everything. Bit of the truth wrapped up in the big old lie. Bit of the truth is, yes, it was illegal in Georgia to run a credit repair. That's partially how he got in trouble. But the real truth of how he even got on their radar was because he was scamming the customers and they started to report him to the attorney general. That's what put the business on the radar. Bit of the truth is, yes, it's illegal, and that's in part what he got in trouble for. The other piece was he was actually scamming people. Documented. That's why they came down on him. But he only that's how he operates. So the other thing people are saying is that even without that, he was already in trouble so much with the state health department that the restaurant wasn't going to survive much longer, no way, even from that perspective, that it would have been shut down by the health department because it was having so many issues. So even if the state hadn't removed the license, the articles of incorporation, he was going to lose it to the health department. So much so, and we got more. Today we only covering one of them. This is this article I ran into over the weekend. I haven't seen it before, but just look, trip down memory lane. Back down memory lane. Go back down memory lane. What year was this? Oh, here it is here. Let's see. September 4th of 2019. There's an article out there. Flying monkeys like to act like I'm just making up stuff over here. Like I create the stuff. I just literally report what's out here. I just archive it as much as I can. Try to organize it and give the information as much of a concise manner as I possibly can. But it's so many twists and turns to this web of lies. It's a lot, y'all. I don't know who wrote this. Person wrote, this was the headline. Darius Williams, Soul Crab Restaurant, fails health inspection miserably. Word is, if he focused on his restaurant as much as he does hooking up with men off of gay apps, he would live up to his own hype. I love this. It could use a little work with the way it's written, but it's funny. It's funny. 98% of y'all think that Darius Crooks is a pathological liar. 2% of y'all, your finger slip. I'm just say that. I don't even think y'all that delusional. I think your finger slipped. You hit the wrong thing by accident. I get it. Here's one of the actual health inspection reports. So they say, according to members of the Obnoxious Street Committee. Oh, that's what this article comes from. Obnoxious. I don't know much about it, but it comes from Obnoxious. And it says, according to the members of my Obnoxious Street Committee, Soul Crab might be experiencing so many horrible reviews. Now, again, he's out here reviewing all these black restaurants, acting like he's, a deity, like he's Jesus walking on earth as far as food reviewing goes. And yet we looking at reviews from your restaurant back in 2019. And it says might be experiencing so many horrible reviews and 2 failed Fulton County health inspections due to the owner, Darius Williams. Insiders have said Darius might have gotten the big head too fast. We've seen this. This was like in the beginning days. I tend to hear a lot of comments about he used to be more humble. He's gotten a big head. No, it was always there, but he did get emboldened more with more success. He's definitely gotten worse, but it was always there. He was not just some, humble, meek kind of person. They go on to say, seems he has a very nasty restaurant and is constantly mentioned in the piss poor reviews. So the piss piss poor reviews about his restaurants also comment about him. They like his attitude was so bad. He was the problem. They said the very expensive Southside restaurant seems to be due to the owner, Darius Williams, hiring a number of unqualified staff that may have participated in some extracurricular activities with him. Ooh, this might be some tea we don't know. So again, we watched earlier at the beginning of our live almost 3 hours ago. We've been on here forever. Almost 3 hours ago, we watched the clip of him yelling at those older ladies. She's overwhelmed. She can't handle this. Well, from what they're saying, your staff was unqualified, and they are saying that some maybe have been hired for extracurricular activities. They are saying that some of them may have allegedly, like you may have allegedly been doing what Tyler Perry, or attempting to start on a small level of what Tyler Perry has been accused of doing. Paying for you put them on payroll. Says all the male staff was questionable at best. They're trying to say that they were of a certain persuasion. Most of them were without a clue on how to properly serve and did not even look clean, or they hadn't bathed. Sounds familiar. A lot of people say that about you now, Crooks, that you don't bathe. Now, when I knew him, because I see people time to time, how you deal with somebody that didn't bathe? That wasn't my issue. He was a very clean person when I knew him. He was also not the devil reincarnated back then. So, yeah, trust me, I don't deal with no stink butts, no funk bodies, no funk boxes. Anyway, rumor has it that Darius focused on food, quality service, and keep his restaurants clean as much as he does in turning tricks with guys he meets off gay dating apps. He might, I'm sorry, I've read that wrong. Rumor has it they're writing. Rumor has it that is Darius focused on quality service and keeping his restaurants clean as much as he does turning tricks with guys he meets off dating apps. He would live up to the persona that he has created online and television that is far from the reality when you actually visit the location. It was a read. I wish it was written better, but it was a read. The word is he gives mods to a number of guys. Oh, jobs. This was a typo. Word on the street is he gives jobs to a number of guys he has turned tricks with, or that he has desire to service him personally, and that the females are a bunch of nasty attitude chicks that are not interested in what they were hired to do at all. Interesting. This sounds like some Atlanta tea going down right here. They're giving all the tea. So then we have, I didn't pull that up. That could stay up. So anyway, they talk about the failed Soul Crab health inspection. Did I pull that in? I didn't. Anyway, so Darius Crooks had failed the health inspection on August the 1st of 2019. They got a 68 out of a score of 100. They said, here, not so good reviews below. They said, okay, this is jumping. I'm not going to pull this up for y'all. I don't even know if y'all, hold on. I thought I pulled this in. Just know this. I ain't going to worry about that because it's getting late. So he had a inspection, health inspection. They failed with like a 68 out of 100. Then they had a re-inspection. The inspector came back like a few weeks later, like 3 weeks later, and they had a health inspection. Oh, this is not the one I want. And the next health inspection, hold on, let me just pull it up because it's bothering me because I want to give it right. Let me get the timeline. Okay, wrong. Here we go. So they had on March 8th of 2019, Soul Crab Atlanta failed the health inspection with a score of a 49 out of 100. Then they had a reinspection on a few weeks later on March 21st of 2019. And during the reinspection, they got a score of a 90 out of 100. So, you know, when you know somebody coming back out, of course, they're going to try to stay on it and get their scores up so that they can pass. So they ended up passing at that point. Then, the state came back. I mean, the health inspector came back out on August the 1st of 2019. So that was almost a year later. Well, not quite a year later. But on August the 1st of 2019, they got a 68 out of 100. So at least it wasn't quite as low as that first time. But they got boosted up because some of the stuff they incorporated, they had maintained, but they failed. 68 out of 100 in August of 2019. Then they had a follow-up health inspection on 10 days later. I don't have that. But they were already having major issues. That's all I wanted to show y'all with that. They were already having major issues with their health inspections, where they were only passing during re-inspections when they knew the health inspection was coming right back out. So the article goes on to say, here not so great news below. Here not so great reviews below. Somebody says, visited Soul Crab Sunday, August the 18th. I had a 2-star visit. I was at the restaurant the first day it opened, and I excused the mishaps. We know when places are new, they have mishaps. Says, but why did it still operate like the first day? So they saying after all this time later, it's still operating like first day when I come back. Says the above average prices on the menu do not match the service, ambiance, and food. I wish I could describe the food, but we decided to leave and dined with another restaurant in the area. Says some people have had great experiences and some have had bad. So it sounds like Soul Crab is a hit or miss kind of establishment. But Darius Crooks is going around the country trying to tell people how to run their restaurants. Like he knows how to run them with perfection. Like his restaurants were a well-oiled machine. What is happening here? It's not matching up. Goes on to say, totally disappointed and underwhelmed. We followed the owner on social media and made a point to visit the establishment when in the Atlanta area. My party of 2 came on Friday night at about 9:30 p.m. while visiting the Atlanta area. The music was very loud, where you had to shout and lean in to the other person next to you in order to hear. The DJ was playing 90s and early 2000s R&B. Now, we already know that that's all that Darius Crooks listens to. So that's part of his grift. We connect to that. Well, some of us. I connect to the 90s and 2000s music. He uses that as a part of his indoctrination because most people can relate to it. Well, of his kind of crowd. Says, no one greeted us when we came in and said, we'll be with you. Hello. Right away, once we were greeted and seated, we learned that they were only featuring the bar menu, which consisted of basically appetizer food. Had we known they'd have a limited menu during those hours, we probably wouldn't have come when we did. Be sure to check the time you go. Now, these are all the things that I've seen Darius Crooks complain about with other restaurants. What's up with this menu? They ain't got enough stuff on here. Well, oh my God, they wasting their time. Why they even bother opening? You was doing the same thing. This person goes on to say, so we ordered the cornbread, deviled eggs, fried green tomatoes, crab cake, and calamari. Says server comes back and says, sorry. Well, they didn't even say sorry. let me not add words. They said server comes back and says, I quote, "No more deviled eggs tonight." They out of stuff. Already a limited menu. You out of stuff? Is this what you're going to be doing at Chantel's, Justin Till? I'm sorry, Your Kitchen Comeback? Because it ain't about her. It's about you. This is what you're going to be doing? They go on to say, bummer. Server served. I don't know. Yeah, they got typo. These are people's reviews, so there's some typos in here. Server served comes back again and then says, we're out of cornbread too. How you out of cornbread? I thought that was one of your popular dishes. How you out of the popular stuff? They then say, disappointing. The server suggested the crab and collard green egg rolls, and we agreed. Crab and collard greens? Says the food. Oh, I guess they're saying, okay, this is a review of the food. Says the crab cakes were excellent, delicious. The fried green tomatoes tasted like nothing. No seasoning. Light breading, liberal crab. But the tomatoes taste like nothing. The calamari was overbreaded. The egg rolls were okay. Not great flavor profile. I know. Who the hell wants some damn crab and collard greens? They said there were more cabbage and collard greens and very little crab. Of course. It's cheaper to make them that way. They said the DJ was excellent. I mean, you can't really lose playing 90s and 2000s music, to be honest, at least in my book. Says, we were totally disappointed with the food and asked to speak to the manager. They said she was very pleasant and heard us out with our dissatisfaction. She offered us 50% off. Listen to this, y'all. I told y'all to make a note of this. She offered us 50% off food for our next visit within the next 2 days. This was something that Darius Crooks taught his people to do. Because again, his thing is, I'm not going to discount what you have with you and the issue you have at the moment. I'm going to discount if you give me more money. I'll discount what's to come. He taught this to his staff. They then say, we returned on Sunday afternoon. So this worked. They were still playing loud 90s, early 2000s R&B like a Friday night. They weren't getting, I don't know what this is, a typo. They weren't getting guests as they came in, and they piled up, crowded at the front door. So people just standing there at the front door. Now, we just watched her huff and puff through people's restaurants because she was on the phone, and they was like, okay, well, we got to keep it moving. But yes, she got her crowd just standing at the door. We ordered only the shrimp and crab, deviled eggs, and cornbread. Both were excellent. And the floors were sticky on both days. That's why I have this picture up. Because this has been mentioned multiple times about Soul Crab Atlanta. Really, I think his restaurants in general. Soul Crab Atlanta for sure, though. The sticky, nasty floors. Multiple times I've heard. I think greens and gravy, too. Here's the calamari. Review goes on to say, oh, no, this is a different review. So this is a review of someone who I think had the calamari before. As you can see, the person said they were overbreaded. You can tell. What do y'all give this as creativity? Because he likes to judge people's creativity. It's just fried calamari. And it looked like his creativity is sprinkling some dried up parsley leaves on it. So this is a different review that says, we just placed an order through Uber Eats. Ordered the buttermilk catfish with cream corn grits and sauteed cabbage as a side, calamari as an appetizer. The order arrived with 2 pieces of fish and some calamari, all in the same. The container, no sides, no sauces, no napkins, no utensils. The catfish was swimming in grease. Calamari fried so hard that it just crunchy, hard pieces underneath. Oh, look, like I didn't pull that picture in. Let me pull that in. That's important. Let y'all see what the calamari they got. Now, this is what it looked like in the restaurant. Still leaves something to be desired, but that's what it looked like in the restaurant. This thing taking forever to pull up. Talk amongst yourselves. Computer taking its time. I want to pull the order of calamari we're actually talking about. Oh, come on now. This is taking longer than normal. As it pulls up, I'm keep reading. But that's something wrong. It shouldn't take that long. They said underneath the calamari was just hard little pieces. Okay, it just came up. Here it is. Good. I did do an overlay on, just forgot to pull it in. There it is. This is what they talking about here in this review. This is what they got when they order Uber Eats. Said underneath the calamari was just hard little pieces. That wasn't, said I tried several times to call the restaurant and kept getting a Verizon's wireless call cannot be completed because they are busy. This was very close to closing time. I would not recommend ordering from this restaurant. See the photos of the calamari crumbs sent to us. That's what they got. Now, mind you, this person's going from state to state, right? Who is that? Hey, you there saying looks like liver. Well, yeah, I guess it does, but it looks like it if you'd have reheated it a few times and dropped it too many times in some deep frying. Then we had, let me see, is this a different one? Okay, yeah, this is a different one. Another review. She's so perfect. I ain't seen nothing perfect yet. We were really excited to come here tonight for the crab dip. We got seated and saw that they only had a late night menu, which was maybe 1/3 of their original menu that they have viewed online. Again, so same thing. Now he's complained about other restaurants doing this. I've seen him slandering black restaurants for these sort of situations. He was doing the same thing. Why? Because it's a way to control inventory, it's cost control, all those things. I know why people do it. He knows why people do it. Why he drags other restaurants for doing what he's done himself, I don't get it. This person goes on to say, they seated us in the back corner in the back of the restaurant and forgot about us. We watched others get served and taken care of, but no one ever acknowledged us. After waiting 15 minutes, we just decided to leave. Customer service has to be better. These people went there and didn't even get served, y'all. He complaining that a lady that came to him and he wasn't ready for her, and she had to take care of other tables and ain't come back to him soon enough, but she acknowledged him. He complained about that. His people got people sitting there and never seat them down and never come see to him, never tend to him. She delusional. She is so delusional. If this was my life and I ran restaurants and they were that poorly ran, which they would not be because I know how to do stuff like that. If they were that poorly ran, the last thing I would decide to do is become a food reviewer and drag other restaurants. I can say go review, be a food reviewer. That's fine. No problem with that. But to drag and have no empathy, no sympathy, no concern, no relating to their pain, that to me proves that you're a sociopath because you've been through this and you act like it's never happened. You have zero ability to connect with other people who are running businesses and having the same struggles that you had with your failing businesses. That's sociopathic behavior, y'all. I don't know if this is the same or not. It's just the way that this article is written. I think it's more like a little bloggy, local article or something, because it ain't. I don't think there's no editor-in-chief looking over this stuff. But this one says, the 1 star is for the curbside parking space we found. After circling the block a couple times, usually a packed restaurant means the food is good, right? Not. I had family fly in from Houston, Texas, and I raved about this place, planning to try it for the first time when my peeps got here. See, again, this is a fan of Darius Crooks buying into the hype, the social media hype. They like, I was raving about this place. How you raving about a place you ain't been to? But they doing it based on the hype that Darius Crooks created. They go on to say, we love Darius. Oh, here we go. I didn't even get to that part yet. We love Darius. My aunt attended his cooking masterclass. There you go. So these are flying monkeys or DHags, D-hivers. We'll see. Actually, let's say the 1 star is for my Tito's on the rocks. You can't really mess that up. They go on to say, okay, I really don't know. Some people, the way they write, this ain't how you write a review. But anyway, okay, I really don't know where to start. That's how disappointed I was. The shrimp was a weird texture and obviously undercooked. Let me pull this up. This is what they're referring to. Do y'all want some of that? Score that on a scale of 1 to 5. The deviled eggs. Can't really mess that up. They say, I really don't know where to start. That's how disappointed I was. The shrimp was a weird texture and obviously undercooked. I think we can clearly see that from the picture. Slimy. Yuck. The salmon was overcooked and very rubbery. My cousin's pasta, shrimp and garlic Alfredo, was incredibly salty. Now, we've seen how he pours buckets of salt on everything he cooks. The lemon pepper wings were incredible. We ended up ordering that 2 times so everyone could have something decent. So the only thing you got right was fried chicken with lemon pepper. I know 5-year-olds who can make fried chicken with lemon pepper. They said they ordered it 2 times so everyone could have something decent to eat. Decent. You got to settle. You got to say, oh my God, all this is a mess. Oh, but those okay? Because y'all order none because I'm starving. Let's at least let me have something. The floors are extremely sticky. Just mop. I don't know why no staff person noticed that. Everybody talking about the nasty ass floors. She got it all figured out, though, y'all. She got it all figured out. She's a food critiquer. Y'all black businesses need to get it together. I don't understand this. This is why y'all not succeeding. All of that. But girl, your restaurants were a fool. Besides the state snatching your license. And the failed health inspections. Multiple. Every time. You failed every time except for when you knew they was coming back out. And you got nerve enough to go around the country dragging other restaurants who are successful. Restaurants that have been in business for 5, 10, 15, 20, 60, 70, 80 years, 100 years. You dragging them and you couldn't even keep yours open 5. Soul Crab was what, 1.5 years, something like that? That's the average fail rate for businesses, restaurants. What do they say? Within the first 3 years? I think Greens and Gravy almost made that. I think, if I'm not mistaken, I have to look at the dates. That means you're a failure. You being a successful restaurateur would have meant that your restaurants went beyond the failure rate for majority of businesses. Yours did not. You're average. This is another review. I think we got one more after this one, I think. Then we're done. I'm wearing y'all out and this wearing me out. This person says, this place is a real letdown. The service is terrible. The servers are unprofessional. The owner must have hired family or anybody off the street. Once we were finally seated, it took the poor girl 15 minutes to come take our drink order. Now, we've all been there. Oh, that's painful. Y'all know I love me a good beverage. Y'all already know. Y'all know I always got water here. And if you go out to drink with me, I always have at least 2 to 3 drinks, like meaning different types. Water, some kind of soda, and depending on the restaurant, maybe an alcoholic drink, or if it's breakfast, it's going to be some milk. Give me my drink. It'll settle me for a while. Do not sit me at no table with the menus and no utensils and no beverages to hold me over. You buy some time if you give me my beverages. Anyway, we were then informed that they were out of Kool-Aid. This person says, hi, Sway. Hi. Says it's 25 cents a pack. I know they could have went to the local, I shouldn't say that. I'm glad I called myself. They could have went to the local bodega. I know y'all only call it that in New York. They could have went to the local bodega and refreshed that. They was out of Kool-Aid. And what kind of restaurant serve Kool-Aid? Cheap bastard. They said at that point, I asked what else were they out of because their prices are too high to be wasting my time. Says she informed us that they were out of a great deal of sides and listed them off. We're seeing the same. This is a pattern. This is a pattern. Says we got up and left. I'm so dissatisfied. This place has a reputation of poor service, and I was willing to take a chance, but never again. Now I see why. Again, because I already know. Well, for one, Crooks, aka Uncle Ruckus, is going to ignore all my commentary on this because it's too laced with facts. But I know the narrative that the flying monkeys will come up with is he just picking random stuff. Every restaurant, somebody got something to say. You can't please everybody. But this person says this place has a reputation for poor service. And I was willing to take a chance. I've heard this before. I don't know if this is the same or a different one, but they say piss poor service. Prices higher than 5-star restaurants in the city. No, thank you. That might be the same person. This might be a different comment. I think these are different. These are different. Okay, I can tell now. These are different. That was a different comment review. Piss poor service. Prices higher than 5-star restaurants in the city. No, thank you. Next person says, woo! One look at soul crab prices and we ran for the border. Expensive and overpriced for the area. You know, Darius Crooks is all about the bottom line. He wants to, my stomach hurts looking at that photo. I'm sorry, y'all. Sorry to torture y'all. Let me get y'all the menu instead. Let me put that up. We're going to get to the comment about the menus in a minute. This person says, my friend and I decided to dine at Soul Crab yesterday on June 16th of 2019 for an early dinner. Says, once we were seated, we noticed how sticky the tables were. We asked the server if she could wipe the tables down, and she said yes, she could. However, the finish that was put on the tables left a sticky residue feel. I told her the tables felt sticky and dirty and suggested tablecloths and not a sticky table with a $16 calamari appetizer. So the calamari was $16, y'all. This, $16. You can count how many pieces are in that. $16 he was charging for that. Says she took our drink orders while we perused the menu and noticed how dreadfully expensive and overpriced everything on the menu. Everything was on the menu. The appetizers, main entrees, cocktails, everything is priced as if the owner is still in Chicago in the Rush District of Michigan Avenue. He was never there. I don't know where they got that from. He never been a Rush District. He never been in a downtown location. Says the server came to our table and told us that the fryer wasn't working and apologized. So they wasn't going to get no calamari. Says, okay, they're saying, okay, you have a Papados type menu with Papados prices without tablecloths, sticky tables, and floors. Another person mentioning floors. It's a different person. Was it third or fourth person? Fryer not working. A seat yourself sign at the front door. Seat yourself. My menu had leftover food residue. That's why I put the menu. That's why I got the menu. Leftover food residue from the previous guest and a half-empty restaurant. Darius Crooks claimed that these restaurants were so successful and bumping all the time, but I've seen multiple comments about emptiness. Says, here's what I know about my fellow Atlanteans. We love good food, great cocktails, warm, inviting, we're friendly atmospheres, clean, wipe down menus. If an appetizer are over $10, we expect tablecloths or at least a clean filling table. Clean atmosphere includes floors, windows, bathrooms, bar areas, utensils, glasses, kitchen, etc. I'm getting the vibe that they saying this place is just not clean. Says, we decided to leave after looking at the menu and prices. We were really looking forward to dining at Soul Crab. However, I just couldn't believe our eyes when we looked to the right and saw the prices. Unbelievable, to say at the least. This is a bad recipe in Atlanta. Good luck in Atlanta, Soul Crab. That luck didn't last long. Didn't get them fired all, unfortunately. One star for this. Rate this, y'all. Aesthetics. Y'all can't taste it, unfortunately. And I wouldn't dare you to taste. I love y'all too much. I wouldn't try to make y'all taste this. Go ahead and score this 1 through 5 for a presentation. Aesthetics. Says the 1 star for very pleasant waitress. The 1 star is for the very pleasant waitress. So they only gave it 1 star, and it was only for the waitress because she was nice. Though she could have some training, she was nice. I was the only patron in the restaurant more than an hour after it opened, but had to ask that my table be wiped off. It stayed sticky. Everybody's saying complaint. Why ain't nobody handling that? Why ain't nobody handling this? Says the shrimp and crab and grits. I think that's what y'all looking at. I think that's supposed to be shrimp and crab and grits. Slop. I ordered, had a layer of oil on top of it and was salty. It don't look appetizing, I tell you. When I found a shrimp with the vein still in it, I was done. It says the raspberry mojito had no taste of raspberry or lime or any resemblance of a mojito. So they're just making stuff. They talk about, so what the F is that? That's your shrimp and crab and grits. Slop. Says the nice waitress brought me a to-go box and my check immediately after serving my food without being asked. Oh, I hate that because I'm dying out of line. I hate that. Don't rush me. Don't give me the check before. And sometimes on purpose, when they do that, I'll be like, oh, can I get another? Or, oh, I wanted to try. Just be like, do not bring people the check before it's the meal, before you ask them. So again, the service is bad. They don't have the training. And he tried to blame this on not being able to find good staff. It sounds like his staff did not receive training. He just hired people and was like, serve these people. Or hire people who were not good trained. He wasn't training his managers, trying to do everything online and over the phone. It's not how you run a restaurant, especially in its infancy. It's not how it's done. Says because the restaurant manager had called an impromptu meeting among the boxes and garbage bags at the back of the restaurant. We've heard this before of nasty cooking environments with Darius Crooks. Remember, Carolina Pound Cake Company, the baker Palmer, the head baker, Palmer was complaining the same thing. He refused to pay the rental costs for the dumpster, so they would actually be using the building's dumpster, but they would wait till garbage day and throw it all out there at the same time. So the garbage was being housed inside of the trap bakery. This might be a similar situation. Says by then there were 2 other people in the restaurant. They said, I couldn't leave fast enough. Overpriced food, narrow menu, not great food. I don't know. I'm just starting to see a trend here. This is the person with their watch. They're like, it's taking forever and it wasn't worth the time. Shanice saying it's unsanitary. Okay, I'm trying to do the comments and then I'm going to let y'all go. Crooks is so scandalous. I don't understand why women fool with and support him. Some of them are just as toxic. I kind of mentioned that earlier. She's about to lose everything. Talking about Chantel, what's her name? Chantel, Justin Till. Yeah, this ain't gonna work well. Now I see how Jim Jones got people to drink the Kool-Aid. Yes. And that's Darius Crooks is indoctrinating people. He's using a lot of cult-like behavior, a lot of what those cult leaders have done. He's really followed their playbook for sure. Why would she feel like she could be vulnerable with him? Lack of knowledge. I'm sure that she doesn't really follow him. She's heard about the hype about him and paid attention to some of the social media stuff. And again, just like KevOnStage became victim of, paying attention to him posting how rich he is. Every time you turn around, he's posting that. A lot of people, everything that glitters ain't gold, but they're blinded by that sort of thing. What is he crunching while the lady is talking? That eating that was happening was not during the actual interview. That was him replaying the interview for his DHags, and he was eating in the bed while watching the video of the interview. So that wasn't in real time. He was not eating with her. He is not genuine at all. I agree. He's going to ruin her. He's going to run her straight into bankruptcy. I can see that as well. Right. He's always wearing the same clothes. For a multi-million, I'm like, it's so hard to just pack. He always like, well, I'm on the go and I do it like a uniform, et cetera, et cetera. But you can change shirts. You can throw a new shirt in your bag. Like, that ain't that complicated. Oh my God, he's so disingenuous. I agree. Crazy Fur Baby Lady is saying, I hope I think you're saying, I hope she finds this channel. It won't make a difference. She gone. I think she gone. Like, and probably, also listening to him. She's been talking on the phone. He's love bombing her. He's indoctrinating her. He's been taught that I'm a jealous friend or ex. He's being taught that we're just all after him. We're hateful. We're the type of people that don't want to see Black people succeed. All of that. And she's probably buying into that. Ooh, I got haters too. I understand that. So that makes them blind. And they're like doing this. No, I don't want to hear nothing you saying. No, you jealous. No. He told me about you already. No. Like, they doing that. And it's like, okay, well, just live it. And then you'll open your eyes and your ears afterwards and you'll be like, damn, they was telling me the truth the whole time. It was laying it all out for me. It's okay. Topaz, absolutely. She had the wool pull over her eyes. Yep. Lady is delusional. And the other piece that I'm seeing is that there's going to be more to the Chantel story too. And I ran into it today. Their Black Twitter and some of the people in the Exposed group have started to dig into her background, and it ain't squeaky clean. But I got to do my own research on, and see put all the pieces together. But it looks like she has a bit of a history with trying to get people to help her with her business, getting money from people, et cetera, et cetera. And so we'll see. I'll lay that out when the time is right for that. And once I'm able to wrap my brain around it. I just don't get why she is asking him, failed business owner. She's delusional. Yeah, a lot of people don't know what we covered tonight. That was another reason I covered it. It's all by design. Right. She should have reached out to Keith Lee. Keith Lee literally would have visited her restaurant, tried her food. If he enjoyed it, he would have shared that he enjoyed it on his platform, and she would have had lines of people around her business, and business would have picked up. He's done it for multiple businesses. He ain't once tried to get in business with them. He ain't had to bring his own cash registers. He ain't had to dedicate no weekend. to recreating their menus. None of that, because he's not out there being a predator with these businesses. Right. Asking God, but talking to the devil. Look at that one. I love that. She doesn't appear to be very business savvy. Just an opinion from this video. I could be wrong. Yeah, I'm not 100% sure. It looked like she's savvy enough to keep getting investments of different sorts, but obviously not savvy enough that she is allowing someone to bring their own point of sale equipment into her business. That is not a good move. This is an old question, but where is the restaurant? That was in what did I say? Shoot, now I forget. Sanford, Florida. Sanford, Florida. I thought I had I didn't think I meant to actually do these comments right after that, and I skipped it. Right after that segment, I skipped it. I don't know about that part. Definitely he has no intention on helping this woman. Right. No, absolutely not. Tag her so she can read the comments. Wake up, huh? Yeah, people have definitely like DM'd her directly and did whatever with receipts and, hey, look at this, look at that. Now, what they have been saying is that she hasn't been promoting this thing the way that he has. They said she shared his post once. I don't know if that's changed as of today, but she has shared his post once, but she hasn't been doing what he's doing, promoting it. So I don't know if there's something happening behind the scenes or not. Well, I don't know if it's falling apart behind the scenes or not. And we got quite a while till January 24th or whenever that thing is supposed to be. So we'll see. It seems like she needs someone young who knows social media and able to put her business out there. Yeah. It also looks like she has some issues in the community, at least based on that comment that the person said, like, y'all ain't been messing with her since before this. Y'all ain't gonna be messing with her after this, as far as the people in the area. So I don't know. Vale, I really enjoyed all your live shows. Thanks for keeping us informed. You're very welcome, Minister Davis. I appreciate you as well. Vale, can you just email this lady your channel? I think she is a flying monkey plant, but please. No, I don't. Y'all do that. I don't go to nobody. I ain't never once reached out to none of these people. That ain't my job. My job is to share the information here in the comfort of my channel and my abode and my platforms, and make reels. And y'all, if y'all want these people to see this stuff, y'all share it. I ain't, no, thank you. I've had enough interactions with people. I'm good. Says, oh, hey, you there, says she needs to take marketing classes. Yeah, I'm just not sure if her, if it's beyond that or not. But that's all. I mean, we have definitely had a longer show. I knew it was going to be long. I didn't quite know how long, but we've had a good amount of information we've covered this evening. I am going to put timestamps on this. Please make sure that you hit that like button. I have not been paying attention to that, and I should have. Where are we at with the likes? We're good. Hit the like button if you haven't as of yet. And then to all of you who may be watching on the replay, please hit that like button, subscribe if you haven't. Greatly appreciate all of you. Please join me tomorrow for our reading of the Tim Norman transcripts. That will be tomorrow evening, between 7. Let's just say 7:15 Central, 8:15 Eastern. But I'll send out the notifications like I do in the text community and on the Facebook and all of that. And if y'all are not a part of that, hit that my Linktree link at the top pinned at the top of this chat. Also, it'll be in the description area and also pinned in the first comment below this video. So with that, until next time, I'm going to play y'all out with Velnito is coming back. I'll give y'all more on that later, but Velnito is coming back. We're going to do it a little different. and he'll be on Patreon, but I'll give everyone access to it. But he'll be back soon. So with that, I'm gonna send y'all out with Velnito. All right, y'all take care. Have a good night.
With my eyes closed, it's too easy. Too easy. I can do this with my eyes closed. It's too easy. Too easy. It's too easy. I've been there, done it, seen it. Boy, all that like Keenan. Still got crack, they fiendin'. Flow still hot like Phoenix. Shine so bright, I'm gleaming. This off top, I'm tweaking. Fresh out the rat like Neiman. And I'm still trying to fight my demons. Cause we all gotta act like Tina. That's why I gotta ride with the Nina. Outside, it's a war going on. Maybe put my hands on my head like the Macarena. They want you walking on board like chemo. And give an F to you like John Cena. Putting blood on the brand new Beamer. Trying to earn 8 stripes like Adidas. You get cold when you ride with the heater. It'll turn you to a dog like a keto. And expose to a cat like a cheetah. They smoke my partner like reef. Dímelo porque o no entiendo. Mi gente must really need Jesus. They shed real blood. I never seen the crypt and I believe it. It's too easy. Too easy. I can do this with my eyes closed. It's too easy. It's too easy. I can do this with my eyes closed. It's too easy. It's too easy. I can do this with my eyes closed. It's too easy. It's too easy. It's too easy. I've been there, done it, seen it. Y'all just talk, don't live it. And just took that route, that seen it. And I'm so outspoken like Reason. Jimmy Neutron, boy, Young Jeans. And I'm a self-made man.